Bing a bang bong, bing bang, bing bang bong. Come on, hit it.
Wait, your dog's looking at me weird.
Come on. Bing bang, bing a bang bong, bing bong, bing a bang bong, bing ding, ding a dang dong, ding ding ding, ding a dang dong, ding ding dang a diddly dong, ding dang a diddly dong, yeah bong dang a diddly dong, ding dong diddly dong, oh ring ding ring ding ring ding ring ding ding dang a diddly dong, ding dang a diddly dong, ding dang a diddly dong, ah dong a diddly ding ding dang a diddly dong. That's our bluegrass beatbox,
Hey,
baby.
ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to
What's
Post Roll
up, what's
Podcast.
up? Oh my God, it's been a minute. Hey.
Hey, that's where everybody is.
Hey,
if you want to talk to them.
everybody.
Okay.
Shout out.
It's a late night and a late night. Hey, can you get on here, Grace? Paul.
Grace.
And let's share this bad boy.
Let's share this everywhere.
You'll find it on my Facebook
Collin
stream. Dog. Yeah. All I see is pictures of Alden just killing it.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're live. There it is. Okay. I'll share it to the group page.
All right, do that.
I'll share it to the group. You share it to whatever else. To yours.
Oh yeah, I'll do all of everything. Bam.
Late night with
Bam. Bam.
Paulie
Bam.
and Collie.
Oh, not sleep.
Here we go.
Sleep.
And we're rocking and rolling.
What's up, world?
This is me and Paul catching up after a long time of not doing these things.
Oh my God.
And honestly, dude, that was a good roll tonight, by the way.
That was fun, man. That was fun, dude.
Yeah, it was a really good roll. Thank you to our sponsors, GJJSAV, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Savannah, the best place in the world to train the best martial art in the world, under the best dude in the world, with the best people in the world, at the best place in the world, in the best town in the world, with the best Paul in the world.
Yeah,
Maybe the best Paul in the world. Maybe the best Paul in the universe.
All right,
I don't know for sure.
I did all that share.
Uh-huh. I
What's
don't know
up?
which side to do.
Either one, bud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is, you could go either side on these?
They're bi.
They're bicidal. They're bicidal. We're smoking little cigars and we're having a couple of cornitas. I'm gonna. Yeah. Thank you, John Eden, for bringing it.
John Eden, by the way, man, that dude has gotten yoked. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Bro, I saw his picture on.
Oh, are you joking about that one?
No. He actually, legit, like 2 weeks ago, posted a picture of him.
We're not
at the
inhaling
gym.
these white belts. You don't inhale. Don't inhale. That's how you
That's a white
get
belt
your
move.
next belt. That's a white belt move, inhaling.
No, but John Eaton, man, he showed a picture at the Planet Fitness, and he's gotten yoked, dude.
He's starting to get a little yoked.
Yeah, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, man. Start working on that cardio.
What's cardio?
What is cardio? Good question. We're gonna put that right in there with the sage.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk today about.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I'm interested in talking. Ding dang diddly dang ding dang diddly dong ding dang diddly dong ding ding. All right, dude. If you want to hear more bluegrass beatboxing, then please say something in the comments.
Yes.
We can't just like throw that out there and have people not appreciate our bluegrass beatboxing.
Yeah, that was hard work.
You can't get it anywhere else. This comes in a premium.
This is premium. This is premium content, guys. Look, you want to hear more of that? Get us.
Put some in the comments.
Yeah, put something in the comments.
All right. So here's the deal.
Other people's feedback.
I want to talk about the fights. We have a new a new heavyweight champion, right? No, not heavyweight. Sorry, light heavyweight champion.
Holy
new light heavyweight champion who's
yes.
42 years old, who once was the light heavyweight champion, right?
No,
wasn't he? Wait.
No, he fought John Jones Ford, lost.
Who, Glover?
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Glover Teixeira, thank you so much for bringing jiu-jitsu back into the belt holding category.
Yeah, and shout out to his old training camp, a buddy of yours.
Mine?
Yeah, buddy of yours. Old
who do you train
John
with?
Hackelman.
Oh, Hackelman. Yeah, no, I never met Hackelman. I knew Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, yeah.
He
used to train with those guys back in the day.
I never trained with those guys. I knew him through friends, and we knew him like, he's a guy I hung out on a couch with, or like we went to like the wrestling room with.
That was a weird conversation.
Yeah, like we hung out on a couch and watched him. Anyway, yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, no, that's right. That's where he fought, where he trains, right? He started training with him years ago.
Then he got deported.
Oh, he got
to
deported.
Brazil.
That's right.
And came back to like Connecticut.
Can you really call that deported if you're going to Brazil? I mean, a lot of people want to go to Brazil.
I want to go back to Brazil.
You're getting deported to El Salvador when it's possible that you might not make it out. That's deported.
Yeah.
But or if you have to go to Iowa for something.
Oh,
Hey,
They're-
I get deported to Iowa.
they're looking at the wall right now, like, oh, man, they're just making fun of us.
The wall of corn.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go back to Iowa because my uncle had a farm there, and then he came on some hard times, and I was in California, but they deported me
Yeah.
to Iowa so I could run the corn farm. And I was deported. The worst. It's the worst. I haven't seen nothing but a tractor for 2 months in a year. 2 months in a year. That's how I measure time.
They're not even on the Julian calendar anymore.
Because the month's first. It's been 3 months and 4 years.
Like,
Since I ran on anything but a tractor.
Like, oh, that's not that.
You know,
oh, wait, you said a year?
how much that sucks? You're riding around, and every chair you sit in's got like springs in the bottom. You don't want that when you're driving around. It affects how you think about things. It affects how you enjoy your friends' company. You know, when you're out there corn farming and whatnot. It's not even my corn farm. It's my uncle's. He came on hard times.
Oh my god! No, man, that was awesome of him.
Glover got deported, and then he came back, trained with the hackle.
No, then he was up in like Connecticut or where he's at now. I'm not sure where he's at, but he started.
I think he said Connecticut. Yeah.
Yeah, he started his own gym, and like,
yeah,
and he just according to the great Chael Sonnen.
Great Chael Sonnen. Love that guy.
Love that guy, dude. One of the best commentators in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But he's at like a storage unit and just trains there.
I love that.
I love it too, man, because it's like, hey.
So he killed it though. He came back and did you have him to win that?
No,
I didn't think so either.
Well, I felt
like he was kind of slower or something was wrong, like the way he'd been fighting before. So like he got slow, but I hadn't seen him in a while either. So I kind of couldn't say, But Jan Blachowicz, what do you say? Do you say Jan?
Jan? He's a great fighter.
You call him Jan?
Yeah, we're on first name basis. I'm like, yo, Jan, what's up, my dog?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to Poland, I go see Jan, me and him talk, whatever.
By the way, if anybody's wondering what that dog's name is, that's Kona.
That's Kona Bear.
That you keep seeing. That's Kona Bear. She's a
Great Pyrenees. Great dog.
Ian's watching right now.
Hey, Ian.
Nice cap, turd burglar, he says.
Yeah.
Turd burglar? I couldn't burgle a turd in this hat. I'd have to wear my turd burgling hat. I got a turd burgling hat. We're just saying it.
Shout out to Ian, man.
This is the hat that I do my podcasts in right after I whip ass on everybody looking for Ian. I was looking for you.
Yeah, it's funny. Is you and him are the same rank. My young
no,
brother.
We're not. Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah, he's a black belt pretty soon.
My young brother. He's still my brother, man.
He's going to be a black belt pretty soon, and then we'll fill in the gaps after that. We'll get him back up. We'll get him to where it makes sense that he has it on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the heck I still have a black belt on.
Dude, okay, so I was going to ask you, your size. So we were working this thing today, and you showed me, you were very cool tonight about when you were training with a bigger guy, i.e. him, or Grant, or somebody like bigger, stronger, somebody who's just bigger, stronger than you. James had the wherewithal to point out that you deadlift 560 pounds. So I was like, he goes
580, sir.
Sorry. He's deadlifting 580. He's probably not going to let you lift his hips if he doesn't want you to. So it's true. I had you in my guard, and I was trying to pull you up and through over your hands, and I couldn't. And you're like, I'm trying not to be a dick, but I'm not. So you were defending, and then James said, or he said, well, we'll cover that in a minute. And then you showed me.
Yeah.
You're like, no. Pull into me and then loosen up and then like pull my hands in your hips and then loosen up and pop them down. And sure enough, boom.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a peanut butter jar.
Yeah,
it just came right open.
Sometimes you think.
But I asked you if you were doing that for real, and you said yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were really defending.
I was really defending.
So here's my point. Do you think because somebody said the other day, it was Zeb actually. Zeb, if you're listening to this. So I said that I quoted Brendan Shaw, because Brendan said one time they were talking about the lightweight division, somebody in the lightweight division. Yeah. And he goes, those are boy fighters. He's still a boy fighter, he says.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is he outweighs him by another human, Yeah. So that being said, what does that mean? Like, do you think that, like, I mean, we're not going to put them in the ring together because this isn't Japan, but what if But what if?
Oh my God! All right, so
You know what I'm saying?
Wait. For you younger guys out
MMA
there,
absolute division or something.
you know, back in the Pride days, they would have like these 400-pound guys versus these little Japanese guys, and like the Japanese guy was probably like 150.
This is that's the MMA that you watch when you're drinking. We don't typically tie one on while we're watching fights.
That's
because
we're
like interested in.
Yeah.
But Pride and stuff, that's like going to the circus.
God.
It's like going to the circus.
Pride was amazing.
You're like,
Pride will never die.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
so what do you think? Do you think there should be an MMA absolute division?
Yes.
Really? The UFC?
I love seeing that.
What do you think? Do you think eventually do you think a 155 pounder would be like, you know what? I'm going to clean out that whole division and try to fight big guys and would win it?
Depending.
Oh, come on, dude.
I mean, all right.
I don't think it's possible.
I think
I'm not saying I'm not taking anything away from them. I just don't. I think that fighting has a lot to do when you have, if all things being equal.
That's the issue.
See what I'm saying? Because you and I, look, if I'm on point with my defense or whatever, sometimes I can't use regular defense against you. I have to use something else.
So if you're going like just say we're going like a Khabib versus, I don't know, name a light heavyweight that's not a good wrestler.
Ian Jackson.
Okay, yeah, Khabib's gonna mess him up, of course.
I'm always, if you say somebody who's not good at something, I'm always gonna use that as as an example.
In the UFC,
it's not a good wrestler. That's a stand-up guy only.
Yeah, like a mid-tier guy.
I don't know, man. What'd you say? A light heavyweight?
Yeah, or a middleweight.
A middleweight?
Yeah.
I just don't know a lot of the middleweights and light heavy. Is that? Wait, did you say light? You said light heavy or middle? Yeah. So those guys, I don't know why I don't know as many of them, but I kind of don't. Oh wait,
because they're not like that large. I mean, those divisions are really that large. But I think if you get like a good wrestler versus a good, just straight stand-up fighter. Of course, the guy who can knock somebody out will knock somebody out. But, big but, if like a Khabib or Islam gets
do you think
there,
Khabib could manage a larger, more powerful man?
Yeah.
You think he could Dagestani handcuff?
Yes.
Francis Ngannou.
Oh no.
Okay, we'll see what I'm saying.
Sir, that's
the absolute division. We're talking about.
That's
anybody can sign up.
True.
It's a smoker for professional athletes.
Oh my God. Why would I love to see that? Like, why is my brain thinking about that? Like,
what if the UFC just put on a smoker and it was all the most elite athletes in the world, but they could not be professional fighters? Dude. But it was like big money. So not like a regular casino paying $500 where it's like, oh, you got your local morons. I'm talking about like you got your defensive ends, professional defensive ends, and like you got your your nose tackles. You got your and then there's a jockey who's like, I got away, man. I'm gonna figure this out. You see what I'm saying? There's gonna be a guy who thinks he can do it.
Oh God!
He's like, I used to take Kenpo.
That's with a sword. I don't care. That's Kendo.
But you'd want to see that.
I would love to see that.
And he's like, oh, $1 million. Hell yeah, I'll do it. But you got to be a professional athlete of some kind.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. What a cool sport that would be.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, the UFC has to dabble in that eventually. I think right now they're legit and they're working on being legit. But once that legit ship is there, once the probationary period has sailed, because ultimately it is still a probationary period in the public's eyes. But once it's legit, where
once
it's
you hit the 100-year mark,
100%,
mark,
everybody knows the UFC is legit. Like no doubt about it. That's a sport that exists like the NFL or the MLB. It's never going away. Can they do that? Can they then like turn the corner and just say, here we go?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, not the UFC. I think maybe like Bellator or like, some Japanese promotion, but the UFC will, it just seems so conservative, man. They don't want to,
they're corporate right now.
They don't want to be like,
but they won't
show.
Ian says, bite me. Pride was a freak show. Yes, it was, brother.
Yes, we love Pride.
Bob Sapp was the biggest freak. Remember him?
Oh my dude.
Bob Sapp.
Have you heard about his career?
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
I watched some of it.
Yeah, like, he was a monster. Yeah. He was a freaking monster.
What do you mean? What do you mean heard about his career?
Yeah, like what he does now or what he did.
What he does now. Is he a cop?
No.
That would be hilarious. Like Tim Sylvia.
Oh my God.
Just a cop.
No, dude, it's even worse. He goes out
like a librarian. No. A surgeon.
He'll go out to fight. And
Could you imagine?
Oh my God, that'd be weird. You see Bob Sapp as your surgeon, like,
He walks, he's like,
can I get another one?
so tell me where it hurts.
No, Bob Sapp, man. I don't know if he's still doing this, but he'd take not dives. Like it was not a legit dive.
No. But it was just him going, I can't take this anymore. Remember?
Yeah. And it's sad, man. That's sad. Like Bob Sapp was a freaking monster.
Legend.
And then he ruined his career that way.
Why?
Go out there, take a few punches, and just okay, I'm done. Tap out to punches like that.
Oh yeah.
That was sad.
But
man.
what are you gonna do? Say no because you're a freak show large man, and they're gonna give you all this money just to get in there?
True.
Sure, you get in there and you take what you can take, and then. But he didn't like the pain.
No.
His lot, not Kimbo, but who was the other guy? Who was the other guy underneath there in the box? So who was the guy? Dada 3000. Remember that dude?
Oh my god. Him and Kimbo Slice, the worst MMA fight.
Worst fight ever. They looked like they were like they made a gentleman's agreement to not wear each other out, or not exert anything.
Yeah, they both were exhausted.
Oh, didn't Dada have a heart attack after that and die?
No, he didn't die, but he had like liver failure.
Oh, okay.
They knocked down on your computer.
That's okay. And then Kimbo died.
Yeah, Kimbo died
of a heart attack.
Steroids.
Well, oh, that's what they say. Well, he have a big heart, like an enlarged heart from it.
Yeah.
So I saw him in a Starbucks at the LA airport.
Yeah.
One time. And I'm going to say this is cliche, what people always say, nicest guy.
Why is that cliche?
But he was, I know. But he really was. He was like just so sweet. He was like, I go, oh my God, Kimbo. And I go, I said stupidly, I was like, I trained jiu-jitsu, man. I love fighting, and I love you, man. And he's like, thanks, man. I love you too, man. He's like, give me a hug. And he's like, but he acted like he was just really, really, really thankful to be there. It's cool that he was thankful to be famous.
Exactly.
And he was super, grateful.
So, yeah. So yeah, the UFC will never do that though, man. I'd put money on that they'd never do a freak show fight.
Never?
Nah.
I think they're gonna, because the ownership will shift.
Is Jake Paul gonna buy the freaking UFC now?
Right, what do you think of that? What do you think of the boxing thing? You think that the celebrity boxing stuff? What if Alec Baldwin jumped in the mix?
What, he pull out a gun?
Yeah, with like a fake. That's terrible. That's a dumb joke. Somebody lost their life, Paul.
I know.
It's not funny.
It's so fucking awful.
We just lost one viewer. We went from 9 to 8 when I said that.
First of all, I feel bad for Alec, but I do feel bad for her.
I feel really bad for the woman who was shot.
Exactly.
That was, I mean, what a weird fluke.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
And they're blaming it on being non-union or whatever like that. That the guy didn't know what he was doing. And I don't know anything about it.
No, I don't want to.
I just know that anybody who's handling guns, it was probably a mix-up. It was just procedures. Like there's these procedures that you got to do in movie making that are different than regular, like you're at a gun range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably some of that stuff wasn't set in stone with those guys because they weren't as good. They weren't full-on high-level professionals or whatever. But how do you become a high-level professional? You try stuff out. And sometimes people get shot. That's what happened to Brandon Lee.
Well, he got hit with a blank, didn't he?
Oh, was it the wadding or something? Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know, man. That's a weird situation. Why'd you bring that up, Colin?
What, Brandon Lee?
No.
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, you brought that up.
I don't know. I just heard about it in the news and I was tripping on that.
No, but
people were saying, "Oh, his career's over" and stuff like. But I don't think so. I mean, I think he's just going through a horrible.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to
horrible experience.
I'm not trying to brush that. That sucks, man. I mean,
yeah.
That.
Have you ever been shot?
I've never been shot.
Not yet.
Okay. But I get. So joking around, this is something that I
don't want to jump around. I want to continue talking about the fights.
All right, no, but I'm going to say, well, it's so people know that I do jiu-jitsu and they know that I'm a big guy, right?
I don't think they know you're a big guy.
Oh yeah. No, but me and my friend.
Have you told everyone?
Yes.
Did you come out to your dad?
I did. I was like, Dad, I'm a large guy. I can't help it. Oh my God. And then he cried. My mom cried. I mean, it was a sad day.
Did he not talk to you for a couple of days?
Yeah, no, it was like a year. It was a year.
He disowned you for a year?
For being big.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. But you guys got through it. And then he was like, he came to terms with it.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You can be big if you want.
Exactly.
If that's what you really want.
Exactly. No, but it's fun.
I don't deny you.
It's such a so being a big guy and knowing jiu-jitsu, it's have you ever been like people joke around, oh, I wouldn't fight you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm like, Oh, that hurts. Oh my god.
That's terrible.
So I've never been shot, but I've been
But
threatened.
didn't I tell you my
times.
neighbor says that every time I talk about jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
or whatever? He goes, I don't need jiu-jitsu, I have a gun. I'm like, I got jiu-jitsu and a gun.
Yeah.
How about that? I think I think you should have jiu-jitsu, man.
Rock, paper, scissors, gun. Oh, what's going on here? Oh no, back to the fights though.
Back to the fights. All
Yeah,
right. So this
sorry.
weekend was amazing.
Bro,
Everything was a decision. And it was all like barn burner.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. And then Wei Li lost again to Rose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like Wei Li.
I know you like Wei Li. I know that you have a romantic interest in Wei Li. But you're gonna have to go through the entire People's Republic of China to get to her.
Yeah, they're like the size
She's
of
on
me.
lockdown, dude. And they shaved her head. Did you see that?
I did not. I didn't get
They
to
made
watch
her
the
look like a
fights.
boy. They thought that would help.
So they try to give the Rose.
She's got handlers, dude. She's got handlers. She's got like
no
Chinese
doubt.
handlers.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was weird. The first one when she lost to Rose, I felt like Ian. Comment on this, man. Tell me what you think of this. You will probably watch this.
One arm Ian.
Ian, did you watch this when when One Arm Bandit? Hey, slot machine. when when Zhang Wei Li lost to Rose Namajunas the first time, wasn't it like a weird interview after where she was denying that she lost kind of, and then she was like panicking as if something bad was going to happen to her because she lost. And I really felt that way because I know, she's from China, and I know that the people that were there with her,
really?
They're not just like coaches, they're like handlers.
The Communist Party.
Dude, I mean, like she's like a state-owned athlete. Like it's kind of like
Russian,
that.
Like
No. There's no comparison. I mean, it's like the way China handles their high profile athletes is the same way they handle their high profile business people. It's a public
interest.
It's of public interest, but it's a
state owned.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's their public image. These professional athletes. Yeah. So that was a big deal. And she reacted all weird. She was like very non-sportsmanlike and like, I think I won that. And, like, it was really weird. And you could tell she was fearful. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know, but it seemed to me like she was acting as if she was fearful. I'd like to see if a psychologist like broke that down, if they were like, oh yeah, she's definitely fearing something. Yeah.
You know what? We could probably look that up on YouTube and they would find it.
Mm-hmm. Like a psychologist breaking down her reaction. Yeah, I bet you're right.
Dude, you can find. I have found the most random stuff on YouTube.
I bet you have. Are you sure it's YouTube? Are you sure it's YouTube, or you're just going with the autofill? Because if you're going with the autofill, there's a possibility it's not YouTube.
No.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta go.
I gotta delete some things off my phone.
Yeah, I gotta clear my history.
No, man.
Yeah, I've seen weird stuff on YouTube.
Like I saw a lawyer breaking down like rap videos and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? What do you mean?
Like if it's self-snitching or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
It is.
I've always wondered about that.
A lot of it is.
A lot of it's self-snitching?
Yes.
So like the cops could use the video to bust the person singing?
Depending. Like it's really weird because
what if it's just it's art? I mean, it's just art, like poetic license. They're making it up. I've always wondered that. If they're like, yeah, I shot a mother,
No, well,
and then you're like, really? Did you? Because if you did, you shouldn't. That's YouTube.
Some of these guys have like, oh my God. There's some guys out there that like literally have like, yeah, I fought this guy in Houston. I shot him. Next thing you know, he was on. I thought I killed him. And next thing you know, he was on YouTube Live or whatever. It's crazy.
I shot a man in Reno
just
to watch him die. Yeah. So Johnny Cash did it.
Your dog's not in here.
Where's my dog? Oh, she's sleeping on the
your
carpet.
Other dog.
She's out.
Your other dog.
My other dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
No, but
Johnny Cash. I don't have Johnny Cash. I have Johnny Tacos.
Johnny Tacos.
Johnny Tacos. He's by the way, you've only met one of my dogs now, you guys. And, that's a Great Pyrenees, but I have 3, and one of them's a rat terrier. His name's Johnny Tacos. And the reason he's called that is because when we first got him, he was we went, man, I've never gone to a dog rescue and had them tell me the truth about a dog. It's always lies. They're like, there's like a little thing out there that says it's a Chihuahua. And I'm like, this is the coolest looking Chihuahua I ever saw. He doesn't have that stupid apple head and all that. And so I was like, I'm going to get that one, And so we checked him out and we liked him.
Yeah.
And so we brought him home and, first we sat in the little viewing area or what, how you sit in the little common area and then you hang out with the dog. And and your kids or whatever. And then and then you try to talk your kids into getting the dog you want.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
No, that's what I did. So we got this dog because my daughter wanted a Chihuahua. And so we went looking for, so anyway, this one was a Chihuahua. His name is Johnny. And so we were, looking at him and he had these amber eyes and this little cool looking head. And I'm like, that's a cool dog. And so I was like, let's get him. And he seemed really excited to be there and happy that we were picking him up. And so we took care of him for a little while. And then I went to a comedy club. I might have told this story before. And I was telling my friend, I'm like, dude, I got this really cool Chihuahua. And then all Chihuahuas look like apple heads.
Yeah.
And I go, some of them are really cool looking. Like, look at this one. And I show it to him and he goes, that's a rat terrier. I go, nope, that's a Chihuahua. That's what they told me at the rescue. And he goes, dude, that's a rat terrier. He goes, my family has been raising rat terriers for like 3 generations. He goes, that's a rat terrier.
Wait,
I'm like, what?
Dogs,
and I Googled it. That dog is a poster for a rat terrier. I mean, I have a rat terrier. But they lied.
Yeah.
And that was the second time I got lied to, because the first one was that one.
The old dog.
The old dog. They said he was 6 years old, and then he turned 14 like a year later. He was like, I'm out. See you later. Back leg stopped working. I was like, what? I thought you said he was 6. They're like, he's probably just chewing on rocks,
Oh my God, that's funny.
No,
so
anyway,
back
that's
to the
my
fights. Back to the
dogs.
fights.
Yeah.
Sorry. We get distracted.
Because it's late night with Paulie and Collie.
Yeah.
Bam!
Collie here, Paulie over there. I mean, what?
Do the beat. Do the beat. Ding dang ding 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 dang ding 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 dang ding 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 dang.
So yeah, no. Back to the fights. Justin Gaethje.
So I didn't see that one because I came in late because I was trying to get things done and all that, but I came into the bachelor party late.
Yeah,
and,
you didn't even show up to the bachelor party.
I couldn't be there for the day part, and then I came in late to the fights. It just looked like I wanted to see the fights when I showed up.
Yeah, basically. Like, hey guys, I'm here to watch fights.
I did want to honor James's bachelor party.
Here to watch fights.
But the funny part was that I said to James, I said this weird thing. You ever say something and you're like, why did I say that? Yeah, you do that all the time.
Yeah.
Don't ever ask Paul that question. I go, James, congratulations, man. I go, that's really important. I just love being a part of your life. Something like that. I'm just glad I'm here for this.
Yeah.
And then I go, I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
But you did.
But I missed it. Yeah. He looked at me like, what does that mean?
Bruh.
But he always looks at me like that. What does that mean? I don't make any sense most of the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, but okay. Yeah, I didn't get, like I said, Gaethje.
The point was, I didn't get to see it. So you didn't see any of them.
I didn't get to see it, but I saw. That must have been a good fight because, I mean, Michael Chandler is
People were talking.
monster.
Yeah, and that was interesting that, that honestly, if there's not a Gaethje, Chandler is championship material, right? But there's a Gaethje.
Yeah.
And I'll say something about that in just a second. But
you think Charlie Olives versus Gaethje?
Oh, yeah. Well, Dana said something really cool, which I thought was very, very true.
What?
He said if there's not a
Poirier.
No. This is the last fight of the night.
Oh.
The last fight of the night was the really, really gnarly one. The card.
Yeah.
Main.
Usman.
He said if there's not an Usman, then Covington's the champion. That's a pretty good.
That's a good point.
That's a pretty good assessment, because if you watch that fight, you're like, how is he not going unconscious? He got knocked out like on his feet a couple times.
Oh shoot!
And then came back stronger, which is pretty cool. That he's still reading, still working, taking it all. He's just one of those guys. Yeah, he's the heel. Wow, he's the heel that can back it up.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, backbeat.
I love it. No, but I mean, dude,
backbeat.
What?
Beatbox. Ding dang ding 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 dang ding 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 dong. Every time we do that, we get 14 new followers.
No, but dude, man, I'm the welterweight division looks really good, man. That's another one. I mean, you got.
Are you gonna cut weight to 170?
I'm gonna cut off a leg to 170. I'll be the one man. The one man.
You already came out to your dad as a big guy. You can't go back in the closet now.
No, but man, you got what was it? Shemaev.
Oh yeah, I don't like his name.
Why?
It's hard to say.
Shemaev. I can't say his last name.
You said it all right. Shemaev.
What's his first name?
I don't know.
Shemaev.
I'm too distracted by his last name. So I didn't even learn his first name.
Dude.
It's probably something simple.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
You got Shemaev coming up. You got
and he's a Dagestani guy, right?
I think he's Chet.
What is going on over there?
I don't. Good wrestling and Sambo.
Really?
Sambo Sam comes in.
Yeah.
No, we don't learn jiu-jitsu. We learn Sambo.
Sambo Sam.
Sambo Sam comes in. We
Is that what you were saying today? Or were you saying that?
That was what's his name? Andrew. He was talking about you say
like,
Sambo 3 times.
Yeah. Sambo Sam comes in.
Yeah.
He goes, "Why are we even learning regular takedowns?" He goes, "Why don't we just do Sambo?"
Some Russian dude walks in, tracksuit, yanks that off.
Tracksuit,
Yes.
gold chain.
Gold chain.
You grab him by chain.
You grab him by.
You grab him by chain.
Sweater here.
You grab him by chain and natural chest hair.
Dude,
and you get good grip. Okay, good grip.
Good grip.
Good grip. Then you put the ankle lock from other side. Okay, with other chest hair. You use some of your own chest hair, wrap like lapel. Okay. Like,
man.
We don't need gi because we use chest hair like lapel. You do what you want, whatever. Americans, you hairless bastards. You don't know
These
how to really
Brazilians
fight.
all wax. They wax their chest, you know.
Go ahead, wax your taint, but we use taint hair, wrap like lapel for knee bar. Control his hip by taint hair. Fold under, you have already passed the hip.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But whatever, you make joke, but I pass hip that way.
I pass hip, I hip block that way.
Hip block. Hip block for taint hair, wrap around the femur, and then pull. You know. That was it. I blew it there.
You blew it. You went Arnold. You went full Arnold there. You never go full Arnold. Listen, comrade, it's okay. We beat you.
So that's this is all along the lines of what we were talking about with the bigger guys and smaller guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in jiu-jitsu, everyday training.
Every day.
You got your Pauls, you got your Grants, you got your Chris Berries, you got your Nicks. This I'm just talking about at our academy. We have these guys that are all larger than average and very strong men that work out. They're very fit and they're learning jiu-jitsu, or they know jiu-jitsu very well and have been learning it for years and years. And so all things equal, their size is overwhelming. So you have to use a different line of defense to frame and create space and do the things you need to. And also you have to deny them certain positions. Like I can't allow you on top of me. Like I need to work harder at that first initial connection between you and I. Yeah. And I need to keep off balancing you and being above you. That's kind of the only way.
You're never above me. I grab chest hair.
But you grow hair. See,
I grow hair. I grab your chest.
Wrap chest hair around shoulder.
No, but you're right, man. Like, all right. So
I just have rules with bigger guys. I have rules where it's like I need to be above. My shoulders need to be above your shoulders. I can't. And if that doesn't happen, that's an emergency. Yeah. It's not like, oh, well, I'll just roll under and not go deep half. I'm not going deep half on you, man.
You know, it's funny though. It's like I realize I'm a big person. I already told I told you.
You came out to everybody just now, a minute ago.
Yeah,
you came out to the world.
To the world.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a smaller big guy.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
There's bigger big dudes than you.
Yeah. And oh god. No.
Do you ever get smushed? You get smushed.
I never get smushed.
But you are very strong for your size.
Exactly.
So you are like wrestling bull.
Exactly.
When you are like bull, man.
I'm like bear.
You're like bear ball.
No, but like
part bear, part ball. Or the ball of a bear. But either way, it works.
Yeah. No, but like when it comes down, like if I'm, like you said, if I'm going against a bigger person, I'm like, all right, there's certain things I know if I get stuck in like this position, it's going to suck.
Yeah, but you can just move and turn and torque in a way that.
I log roll.
Yeah, you log rolled me today, bro. That was funny. Dude, I still have like an abrasion on my face from that. Where I just let you go too far and then crack. Yeah. But I mean, hey, you know what? Leverage is leverage. You know where to use it.
Well, here's the thing about that. Like when I'm training, like back when I was up in Atlanta, I was kind of a smaller big guy. I was a big guy, but I was still small.
You hadn't been working out and like building your body.
Exactly. I haven't been doing that. So
you just have been doing that for the last year and a half.
Yeah, I've been getting big.
Yeah, not with the intention of getting big, but getting
just
strong.
stronger. Just I want to
You're
get stronger.
a lot stronger in the last year and a half. I remember when you used to come in, I didn't think of you as a big muscular dude when you were a purple belt and you used to roll with me. And I would think, oh, there's that Paul guy. He's kind of tough. And I think, I got to be careful with that Paul guy.
More technique, man.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, but not only that, you're strengthening your body while you're learning more technique. It's like a cheat code. It sucks.
Well, all right, here's my thing, man. James is going to be more tricky than me. I have to be more stronger than him.
You do use power, but he knows how to translate your power into his advantage.
I'm trying to cheat code this so I can get better.
So you're just trying to keep up with James without learning all the technique.
without learning all the tricks.
Yeah.
Nah. I've been trying to get better and like smarter and like lighter in certain spots, heavier in certain spots,
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying about, rolling against big guys is, yeah, you kind of have to realize, okay, being a smaller big guy, you're like, okay, if I get stuck in this side in half guard or side, not half guard. I'm sorry, my brain's kind of
side control.
Side control.
You might lose your big guy card.
Exactly.
What if you lost your big guy card?
I'd be a small guy.
Oh my God, dude.
That's why
you just automatically deflate if they take your card out of your wallet.
No, that's when I pull out the Leo Vera, Jeff Glover. I can move.
Oh, you
move, baby.
You do the donkey guard.
Exactly.
And, freak everybody out and then wrist lock them.
Exactly.
Like, I can't figure this guy out.
Oh my God, is he wrist locking me? Yes, I am.
By the way, if James doesn't make it to class tomorrow, I was laughing on the way home because he was like, Jimmy, can you? And he's like, I'm not gonna be there. He's like, Paul, can you? And you're like, I'm gonna be working. And then he's like, Collin, you're gonna be here? I was like, yeah. And he goes,
just do an open mat.
No. He goes, I'll probably be here, but if I'm not, he started changing his plans on the spot.
It's like, I'm
going to teach. Colin's going to teach.
Wrist locks and wrist locks.
No, I don't do all that.
Counter
but I thought it'd be
locks.
funny if I went just as a joke, like, okay, so we'll just be doing. It's gonna be because the day class is a lot of white belts and stuff. So we'll just be doing takedowns and ankle and heel hooks. Heel hooks and takedowns, standing ankle locks. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Do it.
All like gravity and momentum.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
No, flying scissor takedowns.
Yeah, flying scissors. Yeah.
Jumping guard, everything.
Yeah. Sideways knee bars. Stuff like that.
Don't talk about sideways.
Mikey lock.
I've not seen
Do you like the Mikey lock?
I haven't seen it.
I'm going to show it to you tonight.
I need to see it right now.
I'm going to show it to you tonight, but we have to put on our Speedos.
I have them on, baby.
You already have me. You always have them on.
Always.
No, it's you should just watch it on Flow Grappling. He breaks it down on Flow Grappling, and there's even a YouTube video. BJJ Fanatics.
Okay,
he breaks it down with what's the guy? Faria.
Okay,
yeah, Bernardo Faria.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit. Yeah, he's
Brazilian Kermit.
I don't want to be disrespectful because I really respect him. But he's so easy to imitate.
The thing is, you can do a very good Brazilian.
Yeah, but better be this better be honor for me. Honor for me. He says it about it. He's a better big honor for me.
Yeah.
Me, with Maggie Musamichi. You're gonna show us Mikey lock. So, without further ado, Mikey, and actually, when he was setting it up, he puts Bernard's foot in there, and then he goes, and then when I grab here, and then if I put pressure on that, then I could just break it here, and he's like, oh, that's that. He goes, oh, sorry. He's like, oh, it's okay. I just and he was like worried, like it actually did hurt. So what he does is he puts his head on the ground and locks your foot in position and wedges his heads on the ground. And it's kind of caught there. So he's keeping you in dorsal flex.
Oh.
So the idea is that your foot is kept in dorsal flex. So you can't slip. You can't point and slip. So you can't point. So there's constant braking pressure on the ankle and the knee while he's changing the angle and heel hooking you or breaking through the side of the knee. Either way, he breaks both foot and knee.
All right,
it's really tight, dude. I was watching him set it up and show it, and I'm like, oh, that's why these guys are tapping like that.
Guess what? Did they tap?
Oh yeah,
that's all that matters, baby.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that like it just looks like he's setting something else up, and then it's a tap, and you're like, whoa.
Well, no, you asked me what I thought. I mean,
well, he's now finished a couple high level guys.
That's hey man, that's what, if it works, it works, man.
Well, I think it works because just like everything else in jiu-jitsu, it's like at the very beginning stages of this setup and this thing, people think it's a setup. They don't get They don't know quite when it's critical.
Yeah.
And so they're not in their defensive. Well, first of all, they haven't thought about or discussed with their body how to defend this thing. So they now have to problem solve and figure it out in literally a second and a half.
Yeah.
In a second and a half.
I mean, it's like when guys rip, like when Gianni Grippo ripped.
Oh my God. What do you think about that?
$10,000
competition, take it.
$10,000 on the line, dude.
But what was the guy going to do? I mean, he could have gone.
He left it like if you're in like that level of competition, if I go to ADCC,
that was so fast.
Guess what, man?
He literally didn't give him time to tap.
Exactly.
Like
you know it's there. You gotta I just watched it. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, it's fresh in my brain.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. Yeah, no doubt.
That guy. I mean, you know that ACL's gone.
Oh yeah,
I mean that was bad. The guy was standing on it funny, you know.
Like he was walking off. It was weird. But I mean, it is what it is, and I'm sorry. I don't. You know, like he knew he messed up as soon as he went for it. You know what I'm saying?
He knew who messed up. The other guy?
Yeah.
He knew he messed up as soon as Grippo grabbed it?
Yes.
Well, he really didn't have time to tap before his knee blew out.
Yeah.
That makes me feel bad just because we're competitors. I'm like, oh God. I mean, I haven't competed in a while, but I mean, I know what it's like to compete. And like, that's scary because you go in thinking something like that could happen and you just hope it doesn't because, you know, hey man, it's a gentleman's agreement. We're not going to destroy each other's bodies, but we're going to control positions and finish guys.
These guys are as high level as we can get because, I mean, we don't get the pay.
So you're blaming the victim, basically, aren't you? You really are.
I'm not going to disagree. I will not say I am, but
this is my third beer or second, really, and then a Cornito, which is that little one.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I recommend you don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol and cigars are bad. Mm-hmm. Back to it.
We just lost another viewer. Okay, go ahead. Ding ding little dang ding dang no 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 ding dang ding dang diddly dang ding 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 bang home dang diddly dang ding ding dang ding ding dang up bang diddly dang ding dang ding dang big dang dang.
Woo! Let's go.
Yeah, bluegrass beatbox.
We're just making a whole album.
We got to change it up though. I was playing that song the other night or the other day when Jimmy and I did a podcast. Yeah. Did you watch?
I saw some of it.
Do you know what the song I played?
I said hello to you guys, and
you did. I saw it. Did you see what song I played though?
That's what you said to me.
No, I didn't.
That's exactly what you said.
I did not.
I will replay that.
All right, here it is.
I will not replay that.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in. Oh, here it is.
Oh, good song.
You know this song? What is it?
That's Danzig's mother.
Oh, jeez. He knows it like well, 2 chords.
Mother!
Ah! Do you want to children not to walk my way? Tell your children not to do my shirt. What they need, what they say. Mother! Mother! Tonight. Can you keep in the dark for life? Can you hide from the waiting world? Mother! Father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show my world. Whoa! Mother! I'm not about to see your life, but if you want to bang heads with me,
bro,
that's my favorite line in that whole song is, Father, do you want to bang heads with me? Do you want to feel everything?
Bro,
Father!
Danzig is a freaking genius musician.
What's the story on Danzig?
He was all right. So he was with the Misfits. Then they broke up with that, and then he went on his own and did his thing. And apparently, he's a pain in the butt to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So he's a diva?
Yeah.
Talking to it.
He's a big diva.
Apparently. No kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Well, you know, some musicians are just weird, man.
Yeah.
Just like.
Do you play any instruments? Besides the skin flute? You're really good at that. But besides Ian's skin flute? Ian, are you still... Ian, are you still here? Do you want to comment on how good he is at the skin flute?
No, I don't play any instruments. I grew up. My sister played bass, like upright bass.
Yeah, she did. Sorry, what?
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Post podcast. We had a great 41 2 seasons, and I'm gonna kill Collin. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
This is all a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we got that disclaimer out of the way. No, but my sister.
What'd your mother play? I'm sorry. I was just trying to keep the theme going.
No. My sister played upright bass and like.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And she played bass for like from 6th grade to college.
And you never played an instrument?
I played cello.
Oh, cello?
I sucked.
Dude, I would never put you on a cello. You sucked at it. I love cello.
I love cello. Cello's a great instrument. It's a beautiful instrument.
It's incredible. It's like big. And like,
yeah, but have you seen the
I'm surprised your dad didn't catch on that you were a big guy then. It's a big instrument.
I was always big. Hey, ladies.
You were able to hide it from him, though. Even when you were playing the cello.
Oh, I made most cellos.
Did you have a huge cello?
I had a huge cello. I had a huge
above average size cello.
Yeah. It looked small. It looked small on my legs.
Did you play in high school?
No, I got kicked out of orchestra class.
Why?
Because I did not know how to read music.
No way.
Yeah.
So you were just self-taught, like you had just enjoyed playing it, or what?
No, like so, like in sixth and 7th grade, I could watch people. God damn, I could watch people finger. Like the finger.
I know what you're talking about.
So
I loved watching people do that in 7th grade at the football games.
But no, like I could watch and hear the notes being played.
That's what I'm talking.
And I could go.
You could watch it and mimic it.
Yeah, I could not read music. I could barely read at the time.
Right, because of dyslexia.
Yeah. So
you were, a lot of dyslexic people are great musicians just by just natural feel.
Yeah. So like with that, then I had my 8th grade teacher told me, hey, if you can't read music, you're going to get kicked out. And yeah, that's why I stopped playing.
They didn't offer to teach you?
No.
What kind of school did you go to? Were you in Russia?
In Russia? Yes, this was in Russia.
You must learn
how to read the music.
What are you doing on Sunday? You learn Sundays.
No, but I mean, then I didn't put the effort into it.
Right.
And then, like, I don't know, man. It just sucked. It sucked.
So did you want to learn it?
I loved playing.
You loved music.
I still do. Like,
really?
Yeah. If I could learn how to play, I would.
Do you have a record player?
I wish. No.
I have a record player.
Need one.
Really? Do you have albums?
I don't have any albums.
Well, you wouldn't be able to play anything then.
I can buy albums, dude.
You could buy. You have money.
I buy albums.
You have money.
I
could buy albums.
I could buy albums.
What would you buy? What's the first album you would buy if you had a record player?
Ooh, first album. It'd probably be
album.
Probably something from Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I recommend one?
Yes.
Axis Bold as Love.
Oh,
you know that one?
Good one.
It's the best one.
Nah, I'm more of his like Jimi Hendrix is his blues.
Oh yeah.
Jimi Hendrix Does the Blues is the album that I can do hand pads to.
Yeah.
I could run to. I could work out to.
Yeah.
Anything to, because
you could do other things too.
I have. As in washing dishes. Jeez. God,
yeah.
Perverts.
Dirty minds. Dirty dishes.
Dirty dishes. No, but like that's one of my favorite albums. Is I love a good blues sound. Like if I could learn how to play blues guitar, I would. I should learn how to play guitar, but whatever.
You should learn to play guitar.
Then I could be like on a college campus, like da 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 da.
And you just showed up with a guitar,
yeah.
And then you like
go to every party.
And then you roid rage destroy it at the end of every set.
No.
Just smash it on the
I'm just thinking of
like Bluto from Animal House. And then you just submit everybody in eyesight.
What's up? What's up?
You got a problem with that?
Oh my god!
You don't like my song?
Oh my god! You should. So the other night, I went out and it's Friday night. I did some karaoke, dude. I did some yoki. You do yoki?
I like karaoke, but
what's your go-to song
for a living? And so,
what's your go-to song when you didn't perform for a living?
Sorry. No, I'd still do it.
Ooh, we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, still do it.
You got to do it, bud.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it. I mean, we had a good jam session.
Yeah, here it is. Hang on, let me remember the first line of it. Hang on. Oh wait. No. Oh wait. No, that's not it. On the long, lonesome highway, East of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out its one-note song. You can think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before. Well, that sounded good. Sometimes, no, that's not it. That's I skipped a verse, but my favorite verse is that one where he walks into the cafe.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a good song. Good song.
Yeah, I love that song. That's Bob Seger.
Bob Seger,
Silver
yeah.
Bullet Band.
Oh yeah.
But do you know why I like that song? Turn the Page.
Oh,
so
turning the
page. No, but,
sir.
Yeah, Turn the Page is the title. But this is why I like that song.
Why?
Here I am on the road again. Here I go up on the stage. Here I go. Playing stars again. Here I go. Turn the page. So it's being on the road.
Oh yeah, you lived on the road for a long time.
20 years. Yeah.
20 years. Jeez.
Every week. And for periods of time, it would be like 6-8 weeks at a time, living in a van and trying to live like a sustainable road lifestyle. But toward the end, initially, I was just leaning into it. Yeah. Like I would drink every night. I would just smoke cigarettes. I would hang out with girls like when I was single.
Yeah.
And it was just like life, that's what I thought we were supposed to do, was like live this gritty kind of town to town life. And so when he talks about it in the song, it's this lonely, like it's a ballad. Yeah. And man, I identified with it. I was like, I really did.
No, man, I get it.
I love that song.
No, it's a good song.
But there's a few songs like that because, people write about what they know. And there's a lot of musicians that feel that.
Yeah. So, all right. Female song that I love and I will sing anytime is the No Doubt Don't Speak.
That's a good one.
It's a great song.
Wait a minute. You do that song on karaoke?
I did it a couple nights ago. I thought I was going to get
really?
to it. Yeah.
Don't speak.
I know what you're thinking.
That's a weird. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have never guessed that in 100 years.
Well, I mean, going back to some trauma is that was kind of what was going on.
What are the lyrics?
It's talking about a relationship kind of falling apart in front of you.
Oh, okay. You just did that.
Yeah. And I mean,
a year and a half ago.
Yeah. A year ago.
Was it a year ago?
Over a year.
It's over a year ago. Yeah. I was there.
In December. Yeah. But I mean, the reason I brought that up is just, it's one of those songs that, first of all, I'm a showman when it comes down to anything. If it's pool.
You really are.
I love it. I love getting out there.
Secret showman.
I love being me.
Yeah.
And I love doing it. But I mean,
that's cool, man. Not a lot of people understand how important that is, or not a lot of people get the joy of that, embracing themselves and who they are. You do it.
Well, and the main thing is, I sung that song, and I am in a relationship, and and I love this girl. She's amazing. I mean, she is actually helped me a lot, and I'm working on a lot of things right now, which is cool.
Would you say you're a relationship guy?
I am.
You are. Right?
I am. I don't like being in the free realm of spirit. Like, oh my God, I gotta,
well, wait a second.
I don't
think you're right. I think you do like it, but I think you see the incredible value of having a partner.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great thing, and
it's more valuable to you.
Exactly. Like, I do like being in the free realm of I'm free, I'm single, but I cannot. It's not sustainable. It's not a sustainable thing for me.
No.
Because I'm a needy person.
I don't think so, man. I don't think it's codependency, bro.
It's not codependency.
For you, I don't think it's unhealthy. I think you just really love romance, and you love being a partner, and you love serving a partner.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's all good.
It's a romantic thing.
It's not like that codependency.
No. Thing. What I'm saying is it's more like I am kind of needy though. Like, I noticed that, and I'm trying to be better at that. But I'm still trying to be myself.
You mean you want your partner to give you some sort of validation a lot? Wait. Do you need them to give you validation, or do you just enjoy the feeling of that? And that's a cool part of being in a relationship.
Yes.
See, because I know you better than that. I know you're not. I know you're not
myself.
Yeah, I don't think you're needy to a fault like that, where you're like, where it would ruin a relationship. No. I think you just enjoy that part of relationship, and you encourage the other person to be
themselves.
To be themselves and to do that with you.
Yeah. So no, one thing is I'm trying to learn and trying to get better at things and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of hard from the standpoint I was at till now. It's like there's certain things where she'll do something and I'm like, you cooked for me? Oh, thank you. Like I don't know what to do here. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't know how to be gracious about it.
Well,
It's not in the practice of it.
Well, it's not that. It's just I was in such a
right. You were in a weird relationship.
Yeah,
it wasn't as giving.
It wasn't as giving, and now it is. I'm like, this is what a normal relationship is supposed to be like. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's pretty cool.
It's weird. And
how nice is that?
It's amazing. It's amazing,
wow.
dude. I noticed I have like little slip ups where I'm like, I'll say something mean or I'll say something like I would have said. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I need to reel myself back in.
We just talked about this the other night that with alcohol, I noticed years ago that being blacked out drunk with each other or like drinking too much with each other where you're drunk together, you have an excuse for your behavior. But then if you don't get drunk, but you just have a couple and you're loose-lipped,
yes,
you almost say worse things and you hurt the relationship worse. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I get
it. Because you say things you might kind of mean,
your
but that you wouldn't normally say.
Your subconscious says it.
So that's why the Chardonnay drunks, the daytime Chardonnay drunks, they're like really toxic.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of say things that they wouldn't normally say. But they're not processing what is necessary to say to someone. So they're hurting people in this really profound way that there's no excuse for. Well, you can't say I was really fucked up,
I think that's honestly, I think getting blacked out drunk is worse though.
Well, if you're doing it with someone and you're in that glass house where you guys are alcoholics together, you tend to have that excuse where you're like, we were pretty drunk last night. Let's forget about that. Yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like people do that. I've been in a relationship like that where it was like, we were just like, whatever. And there was less damage done in those moments because we were clinging to each other.
Yeah.
Than in the moments where we just had a couple and then we said something mean. Because I think that right there, that stuff, you don't have an excuse for that. And it sits inside that person and resonates and becomes resentment.
Yeah.
And you do that every night or every couple nights. And I think that's why you end up in these very
super toxic.
Yeah. Those kind of double, 2 glasses of wine in the afternoon. And I think that's almost more dangerous.
I think it is, but I think also the codependency of the alcohol,
right. It's coupled with
that's not a good thing. That's not a good, if you and your partner goes out and get drunk every night.
Partner. You saying
I'm giving the general, sir. Whatever. Look, we live in this PC culture. Oh my god.
Dude, I used to refer to my wife as my partner always.
That's such a weird thing, isn't it?
No, I used to always refer to her as my partner, and people would always think they didn't know how to respond to that. But this is like I've been married 16 years, so I used to always refer to her as my partner. But this is 16 years ago. Before it was now it's different. It's different now than 16 years ago.
You guys are
people be I would say partner. Nobody
asked.
Are you
tennis?
Nobody asked.
What are we playing?
Nobody would ask if it was a girl or a boy.
No, but
isn't that funny?
Yeah,
I loved watching people's reactions. But I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
She's my partner.
She is. I mean, you have a lovely wife. I love her. She's awesome.
Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah,
Shout out to Collin.
Whatever. Shout out to my wife. yeah. We're working on it.
No, that's the main thing, though, man. I mean, every relationship's a work. Everything you have to do is working, and it's it's like having a good partner when you roll.
Yes, because you're trusting. Oh my God, that's a really good analogy because you're just trusting that this person, you're so vulnerable with them. Everything about you is in their hands. And it's like when I roll with you and you're like, you got my wrist. And I know that I can defend that wrist lock or I can kind of leave it there. You're not going to harm me. Usually you're learning to not harm me.
I'm kidding. No, but I mean,
you know what I'm saying? We trust each other in that same way. So emotionally in a relationship, you trust that this person's not going to harm you.
Yeah. And I mean, coming from somebody who had a bad relationship that,
she harmed you.
Yeah. And I probably harmed her.
She broke your trust.
Yes.
But she did it. You feel like you're willing to say maybe she did it out of retribution or resentment towards you because you broke her trust.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
But you don't know for sure. You just want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say maybe she had a reason for that.
Exactly.
Oh man.
It's okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's incredible because that's part of your process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Now with my new partner,
who made you what? You said she cooked for you.
Oh my God.
What'd she make you?
She made me chicken pot pie. I'm not
That's
a big
comfort food.
Oh my god, I'm not a big Southern chicken pot
That's
pie.
not Southern. That's anything. That's American. It's like
I'm not a big
Midwestern.
I'm not a big American food guy. I grew up
Yeah, you're
rice and beans,
Cuban
and
food and
oh my god, no, it was amazing.
chicken pot pie's good.
Oh my god, it was amazing, and oh my god, and it was a simple chicken pot pie. It wasn't like super
No.
done up. No, she was like, yeah, I made it real quick, and the most beautiful thing is she's lactose and she has some other stomach issues.
Mm-hmm.
She can eat it, and she made it all for me. I'm like,
oh my gosh!
I know that's
the most adorable thing
I almost cried
just now.
Yeah, no, just thinking about
time.
this.
Yeah.
This was like a month ago. I was like, oh my god,
she made it only for you.
Yeah,
she wasn't even gonna have any.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She's wonderful. I love her.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Think about the moments we sat in this exact room.
I was crying.
And
basically
you
cried.
were not, you know what?
I was basically being
You can cry all you want. Crying's one thing, but you were shattered.
Oh, God, yeah.
There was moments where you didn't know what to feel. That's how shattered you were.
Oh, God. 9 years of life,
No, I mean that.
I know.
You were when I say shattered, I mean that's when we're shattered. I feel like we feel so much, but we can't figure out how to express it. And it's pain, it's anguish, it's love, it's whatever. It's like all this it's almost like in a box and it's exploding all at the same time. It's crazy. And that's how you were. And you wanted to talk to me and you wanted to spend, and I could hear you expressing it, but not expressing it. You didn't know what to say.
Dude, I've gotten a
you were
lot
in
of
agony.
Exactly. And it's beautiful, man. I don't know where this relationship is going to go. I don't know.
So let me say this as a disclaimer. You didn't jump right into this relationship. You went through a long period of processing and you were really responsible about not jumping right back into a relationship.
And I'm going to apologize to a lot of people out there. I'm sorry if I ever hurt you. I never meant to hurt anybody. I was going through a lot of pain and I probably wasn't the best person.
Cool.
I'll be the first one to say that. And
you never lashed out at me.
No. Just
you mean like emotionally, like you were like over.
I wasn't emotional. It was more of it. It was more of not using people, but kind of using people.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I get you.
I feel bad about that.
I did that after a breakup once.
Yeah,
where I was like on the road and I was like, just everybody I could. Yeah. I remember you saying that. You were like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And I remember thinking, I don't know how healthy this is because I think you're searching for something.
Healthy. It was not healthy, man.
But I did that. And I even told my ex at the time because we were still talking.
Yeah.
We had a weird position that way, a situation where we were like talk to each other and I would tell her how mad I was at her. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I know. And then I'd be like, well, I'm going to, whatever. So I remember thinking like, I'm going to go like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I get it, man.
Have one night stands and do all that stuff. And
yeah, you do that.
I did it.
Feel shallow and
I guess, I was trying to feel powerful. I was trying to feel like
I felt powerful at the time
or whatever.
Yeah, I felt powerful at the time, but at the same time, you feel like
it's not who you want to be.
Exactly.
So it's not powerful. It's actually weak.
Exactly. Actually, man. So one thing I've learned over there, this year or past couple of years is, I've been really down in the Stoics and the Taoism. I've gotten really good at that. Not really good. I'm still a beginner, but
yeah. But you're aware of it all the time.
I am.
It's hard to do that, isn't it? To always be kind of aware of it.
It is, but it isn't. So the other day I was at a store. I'm not going to name it, but just say it's running from the United States of America. And it starts with a W.
Okay.
And ends with a mark.
Sounds like a Whole Foods. Walmart.
So I go in there. And I try not to go in there too much, man.
To Walmart?
Yeah, I don't like
Why?
Walmart. Every time I walk in there, I feel like my soul's just getting sucked out. I feel like
I used to hate Walmart because I feel 2012 I went on a deep dive of corporate America and veganism and cancer, fighting cancer and the conspiracy of the government giving us cancer and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, I was sold, man. I was local only, 80 miles. I would never walk into Walmart,
bro.
And now I'm like, I don't know, man.
You have kids. No, but no,
I don't do it. I don't shop there much.
Yeah,
because I like supporting local business. But
So, but it was one of these times where, you have to get something at like, 10 o'clock at night and nothing else is open.
Yeah.
So, my girl, she was acting like, I'm not talking out of school, but she was like stressed out about, this item because she had to do it. She had it for work. She had to use it for work, like one of those iPens that you draw.
Okay.
So she had to get one. She
What does
lost.
she do for work?
Not
Make
gonna,
chicken pot pies?
yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disclaim that because
With an iPad.
Yes.
Well,
But
she draws chicken pot pies.
yeah.
Okay.
No, but I won't
We
disclaim
have
that.
0 listeners right now.
It's like 10 o'clock at night. Dude.
I don't care.
But
you guys wake up.
No.
Wake up and watch what we're doing. They're gonna watch it later though.
Yeah, I'll disclaim that when I have full permission.
Oh yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't talk about it.
Yeah, but no, she was stressing out, and I had like the most zen, like, babe, we'll find it, whatever. If anything, I was like, I'll find the solution. I'll worry about it later.
Yeah.
And like, we get to the Walmart, and I was having an anxiety attack because I was like, I didn't believe I was on so many screens until I saw that. I'm like, I'm on every screen I can see.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And like, I could feel it getting tracked. But we go in there, and this girl, I mean, yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night. You close at 11. I understand. It's like 10:30. We're not that customer that you want to see. Ma'am, do you have this iPad? Blah, 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 blah. No. Well, it says online that you do. No. I was like, but it says online that you have it. Can you please check? We ain't got it. I'm like, I wanted to yell at her. Like, you could see it where I was like, okay, stoic, bring it down.
Okay.
Emotion. Okay, thank you, ma'am. You have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
So we go find another person. Like, and
can you pause? Don't lose your thought.
Yeah.
But can I pause right there for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw an article one time about the how did they put it? The dinosaur, is the polite dinosaur. I don't know why it was it was like a brontosaurus. It was like a polite brontosaurus, and it was talking about how the polite brontosaurus would just say okay, thank you, and then find a way to get the person to help you. And I tried it at an airport one time, and it worked like gangbusters. I was thinking of myself as a brontosaurus.
Well,
anyway,
so we go back, and like, we find this other.
But you were very polite.
I was very polite. I wasn't mean. I wasn't yelling at her, and like, I didn't show any emotion. Like the stoicism and its principle.
You were just there.
I was just there. I understand
in the moment.
Thank you very much,
like Alan Watts.
Yes, I love Alan Watts.
I love him too.
But then we find this other guy, and we actually have a conversation with this guy. He's like, I'm sorry, but I don't think we have it. I was like, but you have it online. He's like, sometimes they get sold out. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. We kind of look around. We don't find it. I mean, whatever. It happens. So we get back, and I'm like, babe, I'm hungry. I'm going to start cooking some steaks, this, that, the other. And she's like, okay.
This, that, the other. Dude,
I know. I love that. This, that, the other.
Joel loves this, that, the other. Yeah.
But so we finally get to, I start cooking, and she checks her car one more time, because we checked her car up and down everywhere you can get, and it was in her umbrella. What? Somehow her little pen got into a closed umbrella, and I could see the worry and the stress and all that. I'm like, well, this is why you don't stress out about stuff sometimes.
Yeah, dude, I stopped doing that one time. I just stopped because I used to freak out at airports a lot because something would happen. Like you're like, oh no, I'm gonna lose work. I'm gonna freak out. Like something bad's gonna happen. I'm gonna whatever. And then I stopped one day. My friend Mark Ryan had been talking about who's that guy? Eckhart Tolle.
Ooh,
yeah. By the way, Mark Ryan, if you guys are watching when you do watch this, Mark Ryan's doing New Year's with me at Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's me and Mark Ryan back in the day, and
Back in Black.
We used to play.
Back in Black.
Well, we used to play songs together.
Yeah. Y'all should wear like all black tuxedos. Back in Black. Oh yeah.
So it's
Back in Black at Appleton.
Yeah. So anyway, Mark Ryan was reading Eckhart Tolle, which ironically, check this out. We were doing a show at a casino way up in Northern California once.
Yeah.
And I had been given Eckhart Tolle on a CD box set back when CDs were a thing.
Oh my God.
And I listened to this whole thing, and I was like, dude, you gotta listen to this guy.
Yeah.
And so we start listening to him on the way home, and we both I'm driving. We both kept falling asleep because Eckhart Tolle is very calming. You don't listen to that on a long, like 20-hour drive after being up for 48 hours. You'll die. So yeah, you'll be at least enlightened on the way out. But so
it's my time to die.
yeah, it's okay. We're just gonna crash, man. So anyway, Eckhart Tolle. So he said to me, he goes, dude, this guy's killing me. You got to shut this off.
Yeah.
So I shut it off, and then years later, he came to me. Years later,
yeah,
he goes, hey, Collin, have you heard of this Eckhart Tolle guy? And I'm like, yeah. Dude, I have the box set. I played it for you.
You
for
fell
like
asleep
6 hours on the way home from a casino, and we almost died. Do you remember this? He's like, oh, that was that guy? He goes, yeah. He goes, I've been totally like diving in heavy. So he got Zenned out a little bit and was kind of working on modern Zen. It's sort of like he was like a newer sort of contemporary version of Alan Watts, you know, bringing us this Zen teaching. And so I started thinking in airports and stuff, when stuff goes wrong, it's just going to work out. It's going to be fine. It's going to work out the way it's supposed to.
Exactly.
Nothing I can do to stop these things. And if there's nothing I can do to stop it, then I just need to be in this moment with it and then do the best I can and then go with the flow of it and learn what I can from that, or just have the experience, you know? And so I started doing that, and everything just started clicking into place, man. And I mean, it was so cool. It was like, I would go to a counter there. Oh, it's delayed. I'm like, oh, that's too bad, I guess, you know. So let me get on the phone with the airline, see if I can get a, pick up a flight from the da or whatever. Never missed another gig. Every single time it worked out, where I literally walk in sometimes just, because there was delays or whatever would happen. And I'd walk in literally as the show's starting or something, but I never missed another gig. I would just chill, and I never stressed.
You just cursed yourself on that, man.
Well, I mean, I've stuff's happened, but but you know what I'm saying? But like, when you're in that flow and you're like, everything's fine.
God. Isn't it beautiful though? Like, I've been
start to accept that the world is selecting. It's like what Alan Watts used to say about Zen, where it's like, actually, he was just sort of regurgitating what he learned, but that the constant selecting for the best thing is the failure. Like you can't constantly select.
No,
you have to just be in the moment with what's happening. You don't have control over it. Like there was some Zen Cohen that he does in this like thing I have saved, where it's like every time I open YouTube, it plays this Alan Watts talk. And I listen to it all the way through before I do any YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's awesome. And it's a short one, but it's really good. It's read by another British dude, like newer. But anyway, not like old, because all his audio's screwed up from from the 70s, By the way, my brother called him one time, like after he got back from, my brother was 21 years older than me, and he got back from Vietnam or Korea, I guess. He was stationed in Korea during Vietnam, and he got back and was tripping out and had read a bunch of like Carlos Castaneda. And was like tripping out on life and what to do and like what. And he called Alan Watts on the phone. He got his phone number.
How?
Yeah, back then you could get people's phone numbers.
You didn't text them?
It was like
YouTube them?
through like this. No, there was none of that then. This is back in 70 something. So he called Alan Watts on the telephone. He called Echelon Institute, and they had his number. And so he called Alan Watts at home.
That's crazy.
And he answered, and Alan talked to him for hours.
Hello, this is Alan. How can I help you?
Isn't that cool?
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
And there must have been some sort of like, thank you for your service kind of thing, because I think Alan Watts was like he wasn't one way or another. He wasn't like, oh, Vietnam vets or baby killers. He wasn't like that. No, he was like, he was just he was a person who loved people. So, and he knew Zen. So I'm sure that he was like, what you've been through is, incredibly harrowing. Like, what can I do for you?
Huh, interesting.
Isn't that cool? And then my brother, who was 21 years older than me, gave me Alan Watts' book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He gave me the book that he had at that time. I can't remember what it's called, but I've always had that book.
That's a good book to have. Interesting.
Yeah, that's where I started with that kind of Zen teaching and stuff like that. And then you turned me on to Stoicism, and I started downloading like Marcus Aurelius.
Ryan Holiday is a really good.
Who?
Ryan Holiday. I think it's Ryan Holiday.
Ryan Holiday. That's a comedian, isn't it?
No,
that's Ricky Holiday.
No, he's a contemporary. Richie. Like right now. And
really? Ryan Holiday?
I think it's Ryan Holiday. Don't quote me 100% on that.
Okay.
But he does ego's the enemy, and he does a lot of things like that. He talks about the stoicism and stoics, and he's very good.
I had a hard time with Marcus Aurelius
It's
Meditations.
not a very interesting book.
Well, it's just hard to follow.
It's hard to follow because, well, you got to think like he wrote that for
dense.
himself.
I'd say it's dense.
He wrote that for himself. Wow, we went down the rabbit hole. This one, guys.
I'm reading this. Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday is the best-selling author of "Trust Me, I'm Lying." The obstacle is the way. Ego is the enemy. Conspiracy and other books about marketing, culture, and the human condition. His work has been translated into over 30 languages and has appeared everywhere from the New York Times to Fast Company. His company, Brass Check, has advised companies such as Google, Taser, and Complex, as well as multi-platinum musicians and some of the biggest authors in the world. He lives in Austin, Texas, and he's also been a huge resource for Paul Gableman, it says here.
Oh my God.
Whoa, you made it into his bio. What?
So yeah, no, he's a really good one. I mean, he can like, he's broken it down a little bit better and like a little more for the contemporary times.
Yeah.
For the modern times.
Yeah. So he's like more contemporary than even Eckhart.
Yeah. And it's really good, man.
Eckhart's too relaxing.
And he's very, I mean, he used a lot of history and things that I can like relate to.
History?
Yeah.
You can relate to history?
I'm a history buff.
You love history.
I love history. Past history.
Did you see my Tabby Timothy on Barefoot Comedy Podcast Instagram?
I have not watched the newest one.
He had to get an extra job because mother's cats they're voracious eaters and that's very expensive. So I got a job doing rickshaw tours downtown and doing history tours. Well, not all of my colleagues are telling the truth. Turns out some of them are SCAD graduates.
Oh.
And they can't get a job doing real creative work, so they make up fake history on their tours, which I don't stand for. And that's why I got fired after 2 days, because I confronted one of my colleagues, Topher. Topher was making up history. He was telling people that the pirate house was founded in 1732, which is 1734. He just said that to sound more interesting because it's 2 years older. Well, guess what, Topher? You're lying. It's history. So I confronted him in traffic. I heard him lying at a stoplight. I jumped out of my rickshaw and I ran over to his rickshaw and I told him. And it degenerated into violence when an elderly lady who was in his rickshaw jumped out and hit me in the face with a daiquiri glass.
This is #1 bullshit.
And then the people that were in my rickshaw got out and ran for their lives. Turns out it was my boss's family that were visiting from Ohio or some stupid place. So when I got back to the headquarters, my stuff was not even in the locker anymore. They had taken it out and they put it in a box and they said they don't need my services anymore. I said, oh yeah, you don't need my truth when you do your lies and call it history.
This is #1 bullshit.
So
I grab your leg with my chest there. This is #1. This is #1.
You like Timothy?
That's funny, dude. That's such a great character.
So
I mean, he's a real guy. I mean, guys, that's real.
That's Tabby Timothy.
That's Tabby Timothy.
Timothy from Tabby Code Enforcement.
Yeah,
and he believes in the truth.
And he will write you a ticket, even on a Sunday. I've seen him on Christmas Eve writing somebody a ticket.
And I'll be out there because I don't have a second job anymore because I can't keep one because I'm too truthful. So I'll be out there with my tactical pen and my ticket book. Okay, violators, so go ahead, violate all you want, and I'll be there. And it'll be bam, ticket. I'm gonna write a ticket for you. I'm gonna hit you with the truth, Daddy, baby, Mama.
We didn't say, as you said, he didn't say baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I don't have a fake MMA news. I wish I did.
I got some.
I love those. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well then it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it's time for. You know what that means. It's time for the fake MMA news. That's all the fake news, all the MMA news that is not news because we made it up, but you can't unhear it now that you've heard it.
Breaking news. Gordon Ryan has signed a multi-fight deal to fight Godzilla, King Kong, and the Great Gatsby.
He says their technique sucks and everybody else sucks too. And Mothra sucks. And all the people who like Mothra suck. And he's the best. And he's going to fight him in a cowboy hat and keep his hat on the whole time.
And the boots, jeans and everything.
And that's it for the fake MMA news. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the news that is news that isn't news because we made it up. But you can't unhear it now that you've heard it.
Yes.
And
now that you heard,
all that.
not be unheard.
Noticias falsificadas.
Oh my God! Literally on the
good one
spot.
on the fly.
On the spot, son.
Damn. Polly and Collie late night with their beer.
Oh, dude.
Mhm.
Oh man.
This is gonna get a shitload of replays.
Oh yeah, it should be.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love the.
It's not getting any current viewership.
It's okay.
This is like
For my 0 guys out there, we love you.
People don't even know
Everybody's surprised.
People don't even know what time it is.
It's surprise. Oh my God.
They're like, I think it's 12 o'clock at
It's
night.
12 o'clock at night. I'm like,
Did you set your clock back? Yeah, I set 3 of them back, but I got 9. There's 6 clocks that are wrong, but I don't know which hour they're go back or forward.
oh my God.
I think it's spring forward and fall forward, or spring back with your fall forward.
Oh man.
People are confused. My problem is I set my shit, but then some of my stuff is like satellite,
Yeah.
so it just shifts over.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem is some isn't. So then you're like, you forget. They're like, I didn't reset that clock. So earlier today, I was in here and I had a meeting and like I had a Zoom show. I had things to do. And I'm in here and I'm like, I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, I look up and
oh my God. People thought that was part of your show.
I was way over time. No, but I literally just, I forgot which clocks I had set.
I know. Oh God. I'd reset all my clocks in my house.
Do you set your clock ahead so you're not late to things?
Yes.
Oh, really? By how much?
5 minutes.
Are you able to fool yourself that way? Like you really don't know that's
yes, I fool myself all the time. There's not a reason I'm late for jiu-jitsu. Oh yeah, I got time. Oh I gotta go.
What do you think about that? That brown belts and black belts and purple belts sometimes all coming in late. I do that. I'm late. I got little kids and stuff, and that's my excuse, but it's every damn time. It can't be like that.
I try.
I got to give a buffer, right?
So
that's not respectful.
It's a respect thing, and I try to get there on time, but man, this sounds like an excuse, but life does get in the way, man. I mean,
does it though? It's because we train twice a day sometimes. It's not like we're kind of doing jujitsu. We do jujitsu all the time. So it's like
twice a day.
Mostly.
I don't.
Well, I mean, my wife's not happy about it when I do 2 days.
I got
2 a
work.
days. Yeah, I get a little heat when I do 2 a days, but whatever. I put it down. I got to do it.
It's okay.
I got to do it. I mean, I got to do it sometimes. I got to, so, if I'm feeling it, I just do it. And if she's got a problem, she lets me know, currently.
So like, I'll say, man, I realized how much energy I normally have. I'm a very energetic person.
You are.
Because I realized like on Sunday, I did not do jujitsu. I didn't work out. I didn't surf. I didn't do anything.
You didn't surf.
I didn't do
nothing.
nothing.
You weren't out there with us. Why didn't you go?
I was,
dude, it was
I have to make time for other people in my life, You have to make time.
Or else you don't get Popeyes.
Yeah, exactly. No Popeyes.
No Popeyes.
No chicken Popeyes.
No time, no Popeye.
Well, like, so, and that, I mean, normally, like, my day, like, I'll give you a full day, man. Like, I get off of work from the firehouse. I go to work. I go to work from, like, I'll say 9 to 3.
I'm not going to derail you completely. I'm always interrupting you.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Do you ever get scared going into work? Are you ever like, I don't know if I can handle this today?
Because you do construction.
You know what I mean?
No,
you're walking into like, you don't know what.
Yeah.
You could be seeing little kids strewn out on the highway. You don't know what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? So like, do you ever, when you're going into work, does that ever bug you? Are you ever like, I can't do this today?
Nope. Not yet. It hasn't bothered me since.
Really?
No.
You're willing to do that no matter what. You're walking in going, I can handle anything. Every single time?
Yeah.
That's special, dude.
Oh, no, it's not special. It's just, it's probably some kind of denial that I have in the back of my head that it probably wound up as cancer or something.
Really?
Or
it doesn't bring you sadness or anything like that.
I mean,
you process the things
you process it what you see. And
do you have IA, like people that help you?
Yeah.
When you see stuff or when you go through tough things?
They do. If you want
do you access it?
I haven't seen anything that really truly has bothered
You haven't
me.
hit anything hard yet?
I mean, I've seen a few dead bodies. I've seen gunshot wounds. I mean, I've seen.
But you haven't felt like you needed it yet?
No.
You think you're in denial? Maybe you should?
No, I'm good. Hold on. No, but
that reaction sounded like you're in denial, by the way. I know it wasn't, but you're like, no. Anyway, hang on.
no, I was,
So, yeah.
No, no.
Do you think maybe that some of that stuff messed with you or no?
probably.
Maybe a little or whatever.
No, it probably has messed
But
with
it's
me.
that's why you gravitate towards stoicism and these
Exactly,
processes
and
to like psychologically process how you feel and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. I don't. I mean, it's just one of those things where, yeah, I've seen some. I've seen some stuff, but I haven't seen anything like too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where you're like, oh, cool. Next thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you kind of prep for that too. You're prepared and trained for
Yes.
this.
I mean, if you're worried about that and you're going into the job, like that's your main.
Oh,
worry
right.
every
That's
day.
gonna affect how you do it.
Exactly. I
Mhm.
mean,
So you can't do that.
you can't do that. You just
Okay.
get up and do your job. And
Are there people who do that? Are there people who call in and they're like, I'm going through something right now?
Some people, I mean, I don't know, man. I I try to stay out of people's business because you know what, if it doesn't really affect me right now, I'm not worried about you. That sounds horrible, but
Wow, it really does. Sounds super callous.
if it's not affecting,
Supercalifragilistic.
yes, but no, like if you can't do your job and you're worried about that, then hey, man, find another job. I'm sorry.
Right. Do they do that when they train you? Do they prepare you in the training?
They try.
Like some of this is going to suck.
Yeah.
Like here's what you do when it sucks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think that we had anything like major, but I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cool. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Have a nice day, guys.
So let's go back then. I meant to like put a pin in it. So you were like, you get up, you go to work.
Yeah,
you were telling me about the day of Paul Gableman.
Yeah. So say I'm getting off shift, so I get off, go to work. Then I get home about 3:30. Then I'll run up to see my girl at her job, hang out with her.
Girl.
Yeah,
Popeye girl.
Popeye. Oh, yeah,
I call her Popeye.
Popeye. My Popeye.
That's why I call her. What's up, Popeye?
And then she we'll hang out for like an hour. Then about so that's about 5.
You give her that little piece of free time you have?
Yeah.
Man.
I try,
you guys
man.
Are in love.
I love her, man.
Damn.
But I mean,
I wonder if she made you a Popeye. I'd make you a Popeye if you did that.
Then I come home, take care, feed the
I love
dog.
how you glossed over that.
I know. I love you too, buddy. I love you too. And Colin, I'd give you some of my free time if I had any.
I know.
But
Okay.
then,
it's okay. You only got so much free time. I get it.
but then I'll go like, all right, then I'll go, take care of the dog, whatever I have to do. Then go get ready for jiu-jitsu. Then it's after jiu-jitsu, it's time to go work out. And then I get home, and depending on the day, she may be over, she may not. And then I'll probably just try to pass out somewhere.
How does she feel about you doing jujitsu and working out and all the physical stuff you do? Because it's a lot of your time. Does she ever give you heat about that, or say like, "Why don't you spend that time with me?" or like guilt you?
She hasn't given me any heat. She actually went to my last jiu-jitsu match, and that was fun. I mean, me and her drove to Charleston. I competed. I lost like a loser.
Tell me about that.
It was a IBJJ, not IBJJF, EBI rules.
Yeah.
And
what'd you do in regulation time?
I mean,
control the match.
I controlled the match. I mean, if you look at the match, you can't see it because it was all in one little corner, which I put him in that corner.
Yeah. You cornered him on purpose.
Yes,
because wasn't he bigger than you?
Yeah, he was a lot bigger than me.
So
he
you
was
shut
like
him down.
pounds.
So you squished him over in the corner.
Yeah, and then
so you could.
He tried to do like a knee bar from bottom half. And I mean, there was a little pressure on my knee, but I mean, I felt more pressure when you're on top of me, or like when Hannah's on top of me.
She's actually pretty wicked.
I know.
She floats like a madman. Yeah.
But no, like I mean, he tried that, and it was like okay, and I passed his guard. I got on top. I didn't park like when we were rolling the other day when I was like yelling at myself to park the car. That's the reason I was like, all right, I got to stay here and like win this and make sure I can like hold anybody down.
Okay.
And like, I was moving, he'd get out, I'd pass his guard, and then I went from
had to like cross facing, point of your hip on him, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I was pissed off about myself. But then I started like, then I finally.
But you weren't controlling to the point of finishing a submission.
No. Then I went for an omoplata. Then I was going for wrist locks.
But you weren't in control.
I was in control. Like I had the position. I just like it was a like split second of hey, the arm's there. I can arm lock him or I can do this.
But you gave up control when you did it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's
And
the
then-
thing. That's the thing. It's so addicting.
Then,
It's like candy.
well, I wanted to go for the finish. I wanted to make it look good.
I know.
Then we got into the overtime rules, and so he took my back. I was able to chill there and relax. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. James Finizio was on my back all the time. Guess what? No, he can't submit me. Not that he can't. He has.
I know what you mean.
But it's like, okay,
I know
bro,
what you mean. You're
not
able
gonna
to
submit
defend
me.
yourself against that guy.
You're
like
not
a
going to submit
phenom.
me, bro. So so I get out, and then I go. So then then we go for another one. And I'm on his back, and I have that like nasty little shoulder lock that I like to do.
Yes.
So
I'm familiar with it.
so I go for it, and he gets out. I'm like, no, oh my god. Okay. And
Did you almost say the F word just
Yes.
now?
I was upset with
You were
myself.
very upset.
So then after that, then it's another one. And I'm like, okay, I know I need to get out quickly. So I get out, I'm out. And then the next thing, I'm like, all right, so I got to either ride time, or I got to collect ride time, or I got to go for the submission. My head is like, all right, you know what? We're on a submission only. Let's go for the submission.
Hey, man, that's all right.
I'm a hungry guy. I
right.
like to eat.
Good.
I like to eat. I don't want to, like, I don't want to win on rules. I want people to like, oh, he's going for the,
all right.
he's going for the finish.
Good.
Well, so I'm trying to set it up. I set it up and I see it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it, neck crank him, and he'll probably tap. I hit it and I get a good, like, just nasty short choke right across his face.
I love those.
I heard his neck
those.
pop. It went pop, 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 pop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then I look and I thought he tapped. I looked at the ref. I released, and then he got out, and then, I mean, it was like, and then he got up and like, he slapped the mat, and then I was like, what's going on here? I thought he tapped.
Did he tap?
I don't know. I thought he did.
Did you feel him tap or
I thought
something?
I did. It might have been a phantom tap. It is what it is, and you know what?
So that's one of those moments where you gotta let the ref end it, right?
Yeah.
Do they come in and separate you when they tap? You just didn't want
so.
to hurt them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
And you know
That's
what?
so cool.
But I learned something about myself, and I'm gonna have to, like, then we went over back attacks. I'm like, I could have done this so much better.
Well, you could have controlled him right there with that choke position.
Oh
just
my
stayed right
God,
there
I
anyway. So
cracked
if
it.
you hadn't have been
So nice.
nice. But that's cool, man. You were doing what Gianna Grippo didn't.
Exactly, the reverse. But no, like, you know what? Then he goes up to the East Coast Trials of ADCCs,
Yeah.
and he got to the semifinals. I'm like, oh,
So that's a legit dude.
I can do that.
Yes, because you controlled the match with that guy.
Exactly.
Oh shit, that's good.
Well, it's like, okay, I can do that now. I mean, I'm not a shitbag, excuse my
No,
language.
you're not.
No, but it just makes me think like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm not bad.
I could be on his number one. I can do
I
all
don't
that.
know all that.
What? You could move through a lot of people, bro.
I'm not that good. I'm
good.
decent.
But you are marrying strength with technique in a way that a lot of people just don't. They can't. They don't have the attributes.
So I'll give a shout out to like all the big guys. And this is word of advice for you guys. And I don't know, like maybe like Zeb or like you bigger white belts.
Zeb's getting bigger. Oh, right now he's
big.
getting
He's
stronger.
he's a big
dude.
kid.
He's strong.
But
And he takes it really seriously.
So
I like his approach.
Yeah.
Kind of like how he talks about it.
So don't watch big guys. Don't watch big guys.
Watch the little guys and move like them.
Try to.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Exactly. You want to be like, for me growing
wisdom, son.
For me growing up, and I say growing up, I was in my 20s.
Yeah, he's still not growing up.
I would watch like, Leo Vera, Jeff Glover,
Mhm.
all these small guys who do all this nimble stuff.
Yeah.
That's who I want to emulate. Like, my game is not like that, but I try.
Yeah, but the more you emulate that, the better your game. The more impenetrable your game gets.
Exactly.
Because you have that strength too.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm not gonna be able to move like those guys, but you can do that. I mean, you can, like, if I was to look at somebody now, I'd be looking at the 145ers.
Hey, you shoot wrist locks just in rolling. Wrist locks and toe holds a lot
Yes.
when we're just like hanging out rolling. And sometimes I'm aware and I'm thinking that and I'm defending them and I'm able to stay out of some of the toe holds.
Yeah.
And the wrist locks. But it's like I have to then concentrate on that, and then you use it to get to the other stuff. So that's really
another beneficial of like.
What's your favorite submission? That's what I was getting to.
Omoplatas.
You love omoplatas?
I love the omoplata.
Why?
It's a small guy move.
Okay,
it's such a small guy move.
So this is along the lines of what we were talking about. You want to nail that shit.
Exactly. I love it. And
cool.
it's just one of those moves that if you miss, you're already.
Why do you say it's a small guy move? Because big guys can just stand up with the dude on them like that, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like if you look at Clark Gracie, you look at all these guys that are smaller that are hitting it.
How small is Clark though? I thought he was like a middle. Yeah.
That's once you all right. If you're not past 200,
wow,
you're a small guy.
All right, okay, sorry.
You're boy division.
I think
you're boy division.
135 pounders.
No, but like you see the smaller guys doing all the platas and all that fun stuff. I mean,
I see what you mean. Yeah, more slick and flowing and yeah.
And that's what I want my game to look like. If I could have the perfect jiu-jitsu match. You feel like
when you see your jiu-jitsu, you see it as clunkier.
Yeah, I feel so clunky when I roll sometimes.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like your jiu-jitsu is a little bit clunky, like your hips are a little static or something like that. And then sometimes it's not, which means you have that full potential to flow.
Exactly. And I'm trying to get better at that. And I'm trying to get better at back attacks. And there's like a lot of things I want to work on.
Here's what surprises me sometimes with you. And you tell me what you think of this. Sometimes I'm surprised that you leave space. When we land in a scramble or like a sweep attempt from me, because it's always like I'm on the bottom, and then I'm like, so I go to sweep, but like, you'll land in a position that gives me all this space. Suddenly I have my knee frame in, I'm extending you, I'm elongating, I'm extending, I'm framing, and then I'm able to like create a problem for you, where I shouldn't be able to do that, but you don't collapse into me with like. You know what I'm saying? With accuracy, you kind of like get static.
Well, I
wonder what that is.
I'm not trying to like land.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
There's a lot
you don't want to squash guys and like, oh shit, I broke a knee. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I'll say I have a little post-traumatic stress from blowing out some
hurting people. Okay. So that's what I was gonna say. Yes. So this is a big deal, dude. This is a bummer because guys like you have to like be careful when you're training, and that affects your training.
Yeah. So. It's okay though. I mean, it's not fair for somebody smaller to use speed, is it?
I tell you what, it's not fair. It's not fair for guys like me to be like, haha, I got framed in and stuff like that. When really you're like, yeah. I kind of left that there.
I kind of had to leave
so that you wouldn't die.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke, son.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Ding 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 dang ding 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 dong dong ding dang ding dang ding 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 dang 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 ding dang ding 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 dang heck heck dang hot dang heck heck hang heck 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 heck.
Remix.
Is there anything else we need to cover? This is an hour and 40-minute podcast.
No, we're good, baby. We go 3 hours, son.
You want to do more?
No, I'm good, dude.
I want to do more.
I want to do more, but I want to do
beer.
Let's finish this beer and then we'll talk about stuff. And we haven't talked about surfing, man. I have been so bad this summer.
You didn't surf much, but you were also on a 10-foot thick ass board. You need to start surfing a shorter board.
Yeah.
You can't surf that one. That's a 6'9".
So,
you need something a little thicker.
So,
you know what? There's some killer ones at high tide right now.
Ooh, yeah, I need some money.
Do you have money?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have like stuff you can throw at it.
I have stuff I can throw at it.
Do you want to?
Possibly.
Okay, because there's other things to spend.
High tides. The Post Road Podcast and Paul Gableman would love to be a sponsored
by
athlete.
High Tide.
Yes.
I could probably get them to sponsor my Barefoot Comedy podcast.
And then. I can go out to the West Coast trials and, surf on your boards and have one of your t-shirts, and it makes us look great.
That's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
I was going to say, there was one that I saw recently. There's 3 inches thick.
Ooh.
7 feet. And it's got a super wide tail. It's like a Lost Hydra on a huge scale.
Yeah.
For like somebody like you.
So
it was like floaty.
You know what's crazy? When I was down in St. Augustine, I was down there for a couple, for a week, and family vacation. I was on my I was on my 10-4.
Yeah.
Holy crap! By the way,
Bigger waves.
Yeah. That wasn't. I mean, it was manageable.
But dude, you got to step so hard back on that thing and turn. It's it's too critical.
And it was all left. It was all left.
Oh, really?
All left.
So your backside on everything.
I can. I was able to ride in. I was able to pop up a little bit.
It's hard to drop knee and sit in on a big board like that.
Bro,
you need a shorter board. Yeah.
And then I tried to rent a smaller board. And the biggest board they had was like a 7 something.
It wasn't thick enough. It was like 2 3/4 or something. 2 3/8. Why don't you and I go to High Tide and shop boards together this week? Do you have a day that you can do that with me for like an hour?
I'm gonna be.
Here's what I want to do. I want to go to High Tide with you and just look at boards and talk to you about what you need, and so that you're like, okay, here's the dimensions, and so it's like clicking.
I figured out the dimensions.
Oh, what do you think?
I'm thinking probably like a 7.2, and like you said, 3 inches. Probably really not really floaty, but floaty.
I recommend an 8-foot board.
An 8-foot board.
Yeah, that's what I ride in critical surf.
Yeah,
because you can get in the wave. A nice thick 8-foot board, because you can get in the wave. Ooh. But if you don't have like a really long center fin, you have like a 5.5 or 6.5 inch center fin.
That's the thing I don't know.
Real smaller center fin, that it kind of slips a little, slides a little, turns quicker, and it also has to have like a pintail. It can't have like a squash tail or like a wider tail.
Yeah.
So you got to you really got to be there in the kind of critical part of the wave, and then when you're paddling in, and then you got to jump right up and get in on that front rail.
Yeah.
And when you lean into that front rail and shoot down the line, then now you can turn. And when you're ready to turn, then you have an 8-footer. You can whip that thing around.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's what you need. A good thick 8-footer or 7.7, 7.8. Like that would be awesome with it. Thick. Where it's like just maybe a pulled nose, so that you're not worried about nose riding as much, and it can kind of the pulled nose with that. Yeah, if it's a pulled nose, then you can kind of turn into the face of the wave more.
Yeah.
If it's a wider nose, you can't really turn into the face of the wave as well. So with a pulled nose, you can kind of whip it.
Bro, I'm excited.
Yeah, those little details is what you need to dial in, and then pick a board and get it.
So it was fun, man. I'll say this: I was teaching my brother-in-law how to surf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a taller guy, taller than me, and he's a little skinnier than me. And he was riding my 10-4, and he was like, he had the, you remember that the first time he took me surfing, I was eating salt and just great waves, but I had that big smile on my face.
Love it.
He had that same thing. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, man.
It's like the first time you come into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. And then when you see that first wipe out, they're like, you could see the addiction in their eyes. Like,
and you help them get hooked.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, that's really good. Like, when you do this, and then what about this? And you show them some weird magic trick, and they're like, what?
Oh my God.
No way. I could do that. And it's on. You're like, oh, your life's fucked now.
Welcome to ibuprofen.
The rest of your life. Yeah.
Some joint pains. Yeah. Ibuprofen.
And if a girl makes you Popeye, you're going to be real conflicted about not going to jiu-jitsu.
No, dude, I went to the fair, bro.
Were you in it?
Fair. Yes, I was doing the strongman.
Bearded lady, strongman.
I was both.
Yeah, that was a good one,
dude. I mean, like the fair was great.
Fair where? Here in Savannah?
Yeah.
What was it? What was it? What did they do? Was there like rides?
Yeah, there was rides.
You're kidding me.
No.
When was this?
This week. Last week.
You're kidding me.
Last week.
I didn't know anything about it.
It was a small fair, dude.
Where was it?
Fort Argyle Road by
Was it at the fairgrounds?
No.
Okay. Well, that's why I didn't know about it.
It was over like
supposed to have a fair at the fairgrounds.
Well, I mean, the fairgrounds got banged like 12 years ago, 11 years ago.
So
no, but it was over like near
top secret spot.
Yeah. No, it was over by 95 on 204. Oh, if you know
down
Savannah,
there, south side, baby.
If you know Savannah,
south side.
Way south side.
By the way, Little Rock, December 15th to 18th. Rolly, Matt Hamilton, Bryce Mitchell. I'm coming for you.
We're coming for you, baby.
I'm coming to get Darce by you.
You're good. He's gonna come. The biggest man with the biggest arms, the biggest plans.
Try to Darce this, son.
Yeah.
Do it.
I
dare you. Darce that shoulder.
As Bryce Mitchell just freaking goes for the electric chair on you.
Dude, that guy's ridiculous.
I know. I love that dude.
I am gonna train with him on there if he's not.
Do it.
Oh man, I love that guy. And the dude Danny G. Shout out to Danny G.
Danny G.
Danny G's the man.
Danny G.
Yeah,
Gang.
he trains under Bryce only and does privates with
Ooh.
Bryce only. And
Don't you have that shirt?
I think he's like, yeah, I have a picture of him that Bryce drew. Yeah,
If you have a
he's really cool.
Arch boy.
No, dude, that's my home away from home. I love those guys.
I know.
Yeah, Rolly and Matt.
I need to go out that way, man. I've never.
You should come with. Why don't you come December 15th through 18th?
I got to swap at work.
You work that week?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is it mandatory?
Yes.
Oh, bro, you would love training with those guys.
I know.
They're really, really high level.
I know.
They have guys that have been black belts for a really long time. The last time I was there, they had a seminar because they had Pimenta up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was the last time or the time before last. And so Hillary Williams came out. She's the girl that submitted Gabby Garcia in tournament back in the day when she first got her black belt. You remember that?
Yes.
Or no. Correction. She did not submit her. She beat her by points. She got a takedown on her. I think it was a drop Seonagi.
Was it IBJJF?
Probably, but it was like a drop Seonagi.
Yeah.
And then she was able to control the match enough that she won it. But anyway, so that was like her claim to fame. But her real claim to fame is that she's a doctor and she's like a super brilliant kid. And she's a black belt. She taught herself like regional dialects of Brazilian Portuguese. I mean, she's like,
what?
She's super smart, dude.
I love when jiu-jitsu happens like that.
She's really smart.
Like you get like these really smart people that are in jiu-jitsu, and then you have cavemen like me and you.
Yeah. Hey, wait, what? So anyway, so she's there, Rolly's there, Matt's there, obviously. All the other guys they have there and black belts that they have there that are under them. And guess who else is there? Another 21 black belts.
What?
Yeah, dude. It was insane.
Bro.
It was like a convention of like the best jiu-jitsu and GFT, which is Gracie, or no, not Gracie. That's the opposite. It's GFT.
What does GFT stand for? Colin Moulton. GFT.
Ground fight team, or was it? Man, why do I not know what this is? GFT is like the other branch of Maeda's teaching. So Count Maeda taught many people downtown.
Downtown? Was it downtown Savannah? What?
No.
It was downtown Savannah? Oh my God.
Downtown Hio. So up in Petropolis, obviously the Gracie family was up there. That rich dad who was a lawyer and all the relationship with Maeda and all that stuff. Well, meanwhile, Maeda was also teaching other people. So GFT was originally the guy's name began with an F. I forget, but anyway. Oh man, I can't remember.
I know the name. I was reading that book. Oh my God.
Okay.
By the way.
Well, it was the other line.
Yeah.
So it's like another sort of branch that was happening at the same time as Alia.
Robert Drysdale's he did a documentary and he also wrote a book about the documentary and it was really good.
Oh, he did. Did you read that?
I've been reading it. I haven't.
Did we talk about this once? I feel like we talked
about it. I was like reading it before I went to when I was going to Brazil and all that. I just haven't had time to finish reading it. And then I get like,
yeah, you know who told me about that Drysdale book coming out?
Your boy
before it came out. Gokor was like, because he knows Drysdale because they have a little bit of bad blood or whatever. They've had some moments, but he was like, yeah, Drysdale's coming out with a whole book about it. And Gokor was like, dude, and he comes really from the high stand grappling crew, which are like still butthurt at the Gracies for all the stuff they did early on in the 90s.
But it's really good, man. It's a really good book.
He said that it's gonna shed a lot of light.
It does, and it like everyone thinks like the GFT guys are freaking can't say that last name without getting in trouble. But no, he did it's crazy like the Gracies they were out for money and whatever
they weren't out for money. They were just they saw the opportunity to create a business as well as. As well as create the most revolutionary martial art ever in history of our time, or really any time.
The other guys, they were like out there, like how everyone wants to like help kids with jiu-jitsu and like buy them gis and all that kind of stuff. These dudes were the original of that. Like they were out there,
they were
creating gis. They got rice bags.
Well, they were
making gis with rice bags
because they were teaching. And downtown with the poor kids. So it wasn't about the membership money.
Here's the thing, though.
Grappling fight team. Why did I not know that? That's so stupid.
You had to look that up.
But that's actually, it was Gamophilia. UGF, Gamophilia.
But no, like the whole thing about that was it's what
since the 90s.
Everybody, you know, everyone thinks there's bad blood and all that. No, there was no bad blood. In the book, they said like everybody
between
Helio
and JFT.
The guy that created it, he named one of his sons Helio.
Master Julio Caesar from Grappling Fight Team.
No.
Is one of the I'm saying is one of the best heavyweights in BJJ, having won several important tournaments. Whatever. He was in Little Rock last time, 2 times ago when I was there. He's one of the black belts.
Yeah, but I mean, it's amazing.
Julio Caesar and his son.
Yeah. Chavez.
No, just Julio Cesar. Cesar. In Portuguese, Julio Cesar. Julio Cesar is actually probably what you'd say.
But no, man, it's crazy. It's like you read all these information, and of course, I want Pedro to read. Like, I need to finish the book so I can give it to Pedro so he can read it and give me the, oh yeah, that's true, or oh no, that's not true.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to talk to him about that.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
We should.
Oh my god,
we should take a trip to the landings with this equipment and like interview Pedro. Is it time yet? I feel like we need to wait a minute longer. I need to get to know him a little bit better. He and I would hit it off. Everybody said that
dude, Pedro's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. And you guys have hung with him. I haven't, because I did the same thing with him that I did with Rogan.
You put him on the
I just was like, I'll hang out with him when I hang out with him. And I would always like be in the same room with him and be like, hey, what's up? But I wouldn't be like, hey, I also do jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, I didn't want to be that guy. So I like left him alone. Then I never ended up having a relationship with him. Meanwhile, everybody else I did that with, that didn't matter. I was like, or not didn't matter, but
wow.
No, I don't mean like that.
I don't matter. I don't matter, Collin.
No, I'm talking about as a comedian. So like as a comedian, I would like as a comedian, I would like be in these rooms with all these people, and I would like venture to know all these people because that's my nature. But when it came to like literally to just Rogan only, I was like, nah, man, I didn't want to be that guy because I'm gonna come at him with all the jiu-jitsu stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I also trained jiu-jitsu. I was a blue belt or a purple belt.
You know, it's funny. He probably hit it off
several times. I saw him blue belt, purple belt, whatever. Yeah, and I would have totally hit it off with him. And actually, Brian Callen told me that. He's like, dude, you love Joe. Joe's great. I'm like, yeah.
Everyone knows Joe.
Yeah, whatever.
Actually, I'm trying to plan a trip out to Austin because I want to go out there. I've never been.
Yeah, it's too late now.
It's ruined, Austin.
It's too late now. It's over.
No, I want to go see. Of course, I want to go see Craig Jones.
We're gonna do the seminar.
I can't. I gotta work, dude. Don't look at me like that, Collin. Don't look at me like that.
I just don't like that word.
What, work?
Yeah,
because you haven't worked in years.
No. I made a choice a long time ago.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I talk about like people ask me a lot about my opinion. I'm like, oh, like they like, this happened, that happened. I'm like, well, did you make that choice? Yep. That's on you, dude.
Yeah.
That's on you, my dude.
I like the choices I've made.
I love your choices, buddy.
Yeah, I like them. But I also had to lean hard into them, and it was not easy for a long time.
You moved out of California to the beautiful place in the world.
Oh, that was 6 years ago. I'm talking about 20 years ago when I like made the decision to be a comedian, like a touring comedian. That was the dumbest thing. Like, because I had nothing going. I was like, I'm just gonna go be good at this. And dude, it took years. Dude. It literally. So it wasn't like I was smart and knew it was gonna work out, and then I'd be good at like I'd create like a infrastructure and be good at doing all this other stuff that made money, like corporate comedy and like all this other comedy clubs and like all that. I didn't know I was gonna make a living, like a good living. I had no idea. Dude.
Collin, I'm so glad you said that.
So
that's how I live my life. Like,
meanwhile, for years, I wasn't good at it. I mean, I was like, my friends were like, "You're really funny. You're gonna be great," and I'm like, "I'm gonna be." I thought I was doing it now.
I was great now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, and it took forever and ever just to get to the point where it was like,
bro.
But like nobody in their right mind would have waited as long as I waited and made no money and like done, just like whatever, just done terrible gigs and like lived in a van and done all that.
It's funny, man. It's like one of my favorite football players ever, Vincent Wilfork, played at the University of Miami, played for New England Patriots, played down in Houston. He was like going through college, and they were like, "Hey, man, you gonna stay for your senior year?" He's like, "Yeah, man." They're like, "Why?" "Man, I've been broke this long. Why not another year?"
That's brilliant.
That's the same thing
do what you love, man.
Yeah.
Do what you love, and you never work a day in your life. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing. I've been playing for years, and here's the thing: I care about people, and I care about joy, and I care about passion, and that's what I care about.
You're passionate about passion?
I'm passionate about passion, but I care about these things. Like I care about loving my life. I care about my friends. I care about doing things I enjoy. I care about discovering new things I like. I care about physical exertion. I care about my dogs and my family and my kids. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to spend 8 hours doing something
where you're sitting there at the computer like,
well, here's what bugged me and why comedy fit me so well. I don't mind doing somebody's bidding for a minute, but I can't do it over and over. When I do it over and over and I see the pattern, you got one over on me, and now I can't be in that. I gotta be like, I gotta fix it. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would find a way out, whether it was like blowing the whole thing up or whatever, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I did that actually as a mechanic, and then a service advisor at dealerships or whatever, and then also as a mobile disc jockey and a mobile disc jockey trainer and all that stuff.
That fit you so well?
I did all that stuff, but when I did all that stuff, I kind of blew it all up individually, each thing.
Yeah,
because eventually I learned that like these are patterns that are happening where somebody's doing something and I'm not getting what I want, and I'm not fully like
so all right,
released.
Collin, I'm gonna say this, like, in your life, have you ever noticed like certain patterns that you like run into?
Yeah.
How do you get out of that? Like, I'm
working on that.
I say that as, you know, you're what, like 58, 59,
I'm 50,
60,
man. Back up.
60,
you're talking about Ian right now.
old.
I think you're talking about Ian.
But like,
Ian's almost dead right now. Ian is in a hospital.
No, but
Ian is old. I'm just gonna put this in the comments.
No, I'm asking because like I've noticed there's certain things I do in life that I keep repeating a certain pattern. I'm like, how do I get the freak out of that? You know?
Yeah,
it's hard because like you go back to what you're comfortable with, and like in jiu-jitsu, like you're like, okay, I do arm bars, I'm gonna be that arm bar guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the leg lock guy, I guess. But I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm trying to be like the
Yeah, you're trying to break the pattern.
Try to break the chain.
I think it's I think you got to find the tolerance for what you're willing to blow up. Like for me, like I don't know. I like if you're not feeding all your passions, then you're gonna have resentment.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Do you love being a fireman?
I love it.
Okay, so there you go. That's happening. Jiu-jitsu?
I love jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Relationship?
I love my relationship.
Okay. Dog?
I
home?
Love it.
What is there?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like for me, I always try to like not be Icarus. You know
Icarus?
Yeah, like fly too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know what happens. He's fall into the ocean and then despair.
What do you mean though?
I don't know.
Like in what way?
Like in I'll say this. Like I notice sometimes I get really cocky, or like I'll do something really like stupid.
Are you experimenting?
Like with what?
Are you just trying it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
to see how people react, or to see what'll happen, or if anything will break.
Sometimes I'll just be cocky for no fucking.
What if you went the other way?
Super humble.
Yeah. What if you went the other way?
Then I'm not myself.
What do you mean?
Like if I'm super humble, hey guys.
No, I don't mean like reserved. I just mean like, can't you be energetically humble?
No.
Why not? Why
it's not
like you're at a library. Like
exactly. That's how I feel.
No.
That's how I feel.
But you can be energetically humble.
Watch this.
Watch.
I've tried.
Watch this. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Paul Galeman. Nice to meet you. I like jiu-jitsu. I like
do you love jiu-jitsu?
I love it. With the best passion in the world.
What do you love about it?
Everything. I just love being in the community. I love
so as I talk to you and I'm asking you these questions, I'm not performing
I know.
humility. I'm just saying that like I am literally thinking humility. I'm feeling humility. I don't want to know about me right now. I don't want to talk about me. I just want to know about you. And I want to give you the room to express yourself. That's humility. So if you did that all the time, you can do that in an energetic way. It doesn't have to be passive. And
so that's the only thing I feel like sometimes like, oh my God, I gotta be passive sometimes because I gotta let the person talk. And
that's not passive. You can be energetically humble. You should do that because it matches you more. It does. You don't the cocky thing. That's funny or whatever. That's like sophomoric. See, you're smart and you're into stoicism and all this other stuff. But you would get more joy from just practicing. Like, okay, well, let me give you an example. I had a cousin. This guy was a heart surgeon.
You told me about him. Yes, you told me this story.
Did I?
Yes.
How he taught me the best way to be me, and I still in little glimmers can access it, but I forget. And it's like this goal to be the person that he showed
the issue that I'm talking about.
So let me say it out loud though. So this guy, when he looked at you and talked to you, he only wanted to hear you say what you were going to say, and he would ask you questions. He was fascinated, and he just was humble. He was the most high achieving surgeon in Los Angeles and at the time. And he was like incredibly wealthy and incredibly respected. And he would talk to me. I was a 15-year-old, and he would be like, "Hey, Collin." And he had this kind of scratchy voice like this. And he was of Russian descent. Yeah. But he had this, he goes, you're in high school. What subjects do you take right now? And what ones do you like? And I mean, like, he was intense, dude. Yeah. And I'm like, I like whatever, and I would tell him, but he was shocked me. Yeah. And I'm like, I guess I really like history. Oh yeah, history. What like, tell me something you learned in history that you like. But he wasn't just like putting it on. He really wanted to know. Yeah. And then I would tell him, and we got these long, we're talking hours, and he was focused on me completely. There was no bullshit. And that's energetic humility. Yeah. That's what you can do. I love it. That's you, dude.
See, that's what I got to work on, man. And like, I asked this because I'm always trying to work on like certain little details in life. And I try to be personable, and I am personable. I don't try to
really personable.
I can, but I also want to, there's some days where I can get really deep into somebody and they look at me and I'm like, oh, my bad. I meant to draw that back a little bit. It's just like, the throttle. I got to work on my throttle sometimes.
Yes. You've gone through an interesting time because you got judged a lot when you were younger, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And even as an adult, still do. People judge you. Yeah. Because your approach is different or whatever. You had different attributes, so you had different intellectual attributes. And the funny thing is that this is the thing that I think is a bummer with because I really like smart people, and I like talking to smart people, and I like, people that are incredibly smart that don't mind showing you. Like they're like peacocks, like spreading their feathers when you're having a conversation and all that. That's kind of cool. Yeah. But those people, I don't know if a lot of people like that really understand the high level of intellect that someone like you has, where it's not traditionally expressed. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I've had this conversation with a buddy of mine and a guy I work with, and I like I say, I love this guy because me and him went to Greek school, and he's like, bro, like everyone, oh my God, you're retarded, whatever. They would pass on me, but they'd never heard what I said.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get
how you're expressing what you know.
And the way I say things and the way I talk is very, like, I have a thought behind it.
It's not tradition. Yeah, but it's not
very thoughtful. Like, it sounds like I'm making stuff up, but at the same time, I can hear, like, when I listen to the podcast, I hear it. I'm like, oh, I have this like little stutter. I have this little thought where I'm thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And this is like a deep dive on myself. Sorry, guys. I hate to be the narcissist. Oh.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just being weird.
You're welcome to talk about.
But no, like when I think about it, is like I've been working on this, and I've been trying to broaden my intellectual horizon. Because there's certain subjects I'm very knowledgeable in. Jiu-jitsu, I'm pretty knowledgeable in. World history, I'm decently knowledgeable in. There's a lot of things I'm knowledgeable in, but I don't to to put it into words for me is a lot harder than to actually just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can show you how this, certain move is done, and I can show you perfect technique in this way. But it's hard for me to describe it.
Here's the thing. People miss the boat on you because the way that you learn is different because you're dyslexic.
Yeah.
So you learn differently. So your expression's different.
Exactly.
So it's not traditionally worded like an intellectual, but you are an intellectual. No, bro. You really are. No, I mean this. You're an intellectual in the most eccentric way because you don't have the same communication tools because of the dyslexia.
Yeah.
So you don't have the same communication tools, i.e. vocabulary and all that other stuff.
Mikey, man. It's like Mikey.
Okay.
You know how he kind of seems like he's autistic.
Oh, he is.
But I can see it, and I'm like, oh, you're a fucking genius.
Well, he's like super like he's like focused on the one thing, which is a different kind of thing than you got.
I see it.
Yeah, but you are actually very intelligent. But the barrier, but the thing that makes it seem like you're sort of pigeonholed into this, like you said, people call you retarded. So funny, but they don't know. They're so dumb. They're so dumb because you're actually intelligent. You're not even just intelligent. You're like high level intellect, but you don't communicate the same way because of dyslexia.
Yeah, it's an issue, but you know what? It's funny is I've just kind of rolled with it for so long that I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're very patient. Yeah. It's like you're patient with people's perception of you.
I don't care what people think.
Well, I don't think you don't care. I think you're just patient with their perception because you understand that they see it wrong.
Yeah. And
so you're trying to wait with them while they get it. And then they go, oh, wait a second. This guy's not, he's asleep. I slept on this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's
I'm that quiet
like
guy
a secret ringer. Yeah. He knows a couple things. Well, I mean, like that's, you surprise them. You come around the backside. They're like, whoa. How did you know that?
Man. You are too, my friend. You are a very intelligent man.
Well, yeah, but my whole job is expression. So like, I understand that element of the whole thing. So I can like fake it even at a higher level than I got. And I can like express what I got. But in your case, you express it different. So but it doesn't mean you don't know the things, you know the things. So so that's fascinating to me. I think there's a sliding scale of that in humanity. And I think people don't give each other credit the same way they should, because there's this sort of like traditional way you're supposed to express intellectual thought.
Like that Einstein quote, man. He's like, if you look at if you tell a fish to climb a tree and that's the only way you can tell intelligence, then the fish is retarded.
Bro, I love that. And that's in this Alan Watts thing. He says it's a Zen thing where he says, we don't blame, which animal did he say? We don't blame the fish for not having a long neck like the giraffe. We don't blame him. That's funny. Like these stupid fish. Why don't you have a long neck like the giraffe? But that's a good point.
Oh, let's leave it off on that point.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I got to biz out.
You got to get going home to pot pie.
I got to get some pot pie in my stomach, dude.
I know.
All right, pimping.
This was a good one.
I know. It got like
207.
Really 207.
Did it make you uncomfortable when I talked about how much I like you?
No. I love you, buddy.
I love you too, dude. But I have an understanding of you that's like really fascinating. That's like the more I know you, the more I learn. No, I mean it. I'm not saying
joking.
That like you're not like a
you know what I like about this, man?
Monkey for my amusement. You're
like we really didn't look at the camera the entire time. It was just it was more of a me and you conversation. That's what it should be.
It's not entertaining. As an actor, so I learned
as an actor. You're an actor.
I was an actor.
Did you get an IBDM whatever credit?
Yeah. So
what movie were you in?
I was an extra in a bunch of stuff.
Ooh.
So check it out. Going through all the acting classes and all that stuff, what I learned was that it's not interesting if you're thinking about yourself.
It's not interesting. Yeah, because that was bothering me. Jesus.
But if you're thinking about yourself, so actors are only interesting when they're not thinking about themselves. The split second you think about yourself, it's over. The audience is out. They don't want to see it. They can see it. They can sense it. It's like blood in the water to a shark. They're like
blood in the water.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
Yeah. And that always resonated with me because like when you communicate with someone,
Not about you.
Once you become self-conscious, that person can't hear you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if I start thinking about me when I'm having a conversation with somebody, it becomes corrupted kind of. You know what I mean?
Interestado.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interestado. But that's for another podcast. Thank you very much, Polly.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This has been Late Night with Polly and Collie.
Glad
you guys enjoyed it.
Let's get it. Let's get it one more time.
Hung out. We got one person. Ding dang ding little ding ding dang ding 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 little ding ding dang ding 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 little ding ding dang ding 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 dang. Mother.
Greatest. Taking it.
Sleep good. I know we will.
Sleep good. Hey, shout out to the Eastern Surfing Association.
ESA,
Georgia
baby.
District.
ESA. That's the Eastern Surfing Association. We just did do you want me to read? Oh, wait. I'm going to read this.
Read it.
Don't go. Don't go. I'm going to
shout out to Vogue Jiu-Jitsu and kimonos.
No. I'm going to read this. This is important. This is our okay, I put this up. I did this yesterday. This is a leadership award that we gave to a little girl. She's maybe, oh man, I want to say she's like 12 or 13.
What?
Really cool kid, maybe 14. She's a really cool kid. And so I created this leadership award based on work that we've been doing together and other people at jiu-jitsu, where we've been talking about leadership and what that means.
What does leadership mean, Colin?
Here we go. This award is designed for the person who holds themselves accountable for being at their best in all things and is never above standing up and apologizing or being humble when it is the right thing to do. The people who we look to for leadership are not conflicted about who they are. They are proud to stand up and say what they mean, and they are equally proud to stand up and say that they are wrong when they are. What's most important is that they are joyful, steady, and supportive in both victory and defeat. And they see and believe in the future for themselves and the people around them. In all things, we look to them for what we would like to see in ourselves.
Colin Moulton, thank you for the award. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Y'all be safe. Good night.
Post Roll Podcast, episode 41 in the house. Late Night with Polly and Collie. Check us out. And don't forget,
check us out on
November.
Well,
I was going to say November 20th, live show at the Front Porch Comedy, at the Front Porch Improv house on Victory. 10 p.m. show on the 20th of November. So coming up on a Saturday night, 10 p.m. It's me and Caleb Simon, and we're going to be co-heading it.
Let's go.
I'm flying him in for this. It's going to be killer. It's going to be a really good comedy show and a lot of fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
So go to that.
Love you guys. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
If you do, call an Uber.
Does that mean you're sleeping here? Hey.
Right next to Counter Bear.
She's dead out.
She's out.
Coda's asleep.
Oh my God.